Welcome to Every Tenday. This is D&D for families and young adventurers. That's you. That's us. It's where a dad plays D&D with his kids.
YOLO!
Hello.
You slam down the trap door, covered in moss and some old bits of hay on top of it. Some dust kicks up into the grasslands that you find yourself emerged into. As you kind of dust yourself off from the steep staircase that you've just traversed, there is the fresh, albeit cold, wind of this 6th day of melt that you now find yourself in. 6 days since you crawled from the clay. 6 days since you wandered from the bright, vivid, mushroom dense forest that you called home and actually wandered into the grey, muted, less vibrant marshlands that depict a lot of the terrain of this part of the new realm you find yourself in. As you look out to the east, sort of northeast actually, slightly, some 8 miles away, to your left somewhat, you can see Orensholm Castle perched up on the hill that it sits upon. To your slight right, you can see, about the same distance away, the head of some tower. Again, this is on the horizon for you, of a tower. Now as you look off to the slight right, so we're going like southeast now, the terrain gets more and more undulating, up and down and moorlandy. As you look off to your left, directly to your left, you are in the forest that you went into to get to the shrine of Sir Orin Neville Smythe, but you're lost. You've come out in a place that is dissimilar to how you entered this forest. But you can, at the very least, see Orensholm Castle as some navigational tool. You have no sight of Orensholm at the angle that you're at. The forest sort of comes round to your left and obscures anything further to the north. And you're on the very edges of that forest now. There are still a few copses here and there that obscure your view of the tower that you can see, but you are on the edge of the forest here. And you look out across open moorland, patches of firs and thorny bushes, coarse grasses, indents with puddles, marshy puddles. It is windswept terrain, not suitable for farming crops in or anything like that. Barely grassland. But the going is, less treacherous than out and out marsh. The day is overcast, bleak. You're not sure of the time of day even. Did you get a long rest while you were underground? You can't even remember. But as you stretch yourself out from the darkness that you've been in, and the overall diffuse, pale grey light that seeps into everything and kind of makes you all kind of shiver somewhat for those that can feel those kind of things and are attenuated to it. You just feel everything as a sort of a distant cold anyway. You feel like it is darker than sort of it would be if it were high noon. So whether it's early in the morning or later in the day, you're not sure. But here you find yourselves. Behind you, down the stairs, and in a large room, you've just had your encounter with Justin, the ogre guard, and you were able to intimidate your way past him. How long that intimidation will stay with such a dull-witted creature, you're not sure. But the three of you, along with your diminutive companion Tem, stand there in the chill, slightly damp day There isn't rain, but there is that thing where there just seems to be moisture in the air, and when a strong breeze comes, it dampens your face. Again, a shiver wraps through you. The day, or whatever period of the day is left, is yours.
To think all that would lead to a simple trap door.
Well, I know. I was thinking we was gonna find why them weird dead things were coming up, but I guess the answer was not in there. But regardless, I have this map. Whoop. I'll take out our map of this area.
Okay.
Hopefully with the point of the key.
Well, that's if we even explored all of it. Do you know what I mean? It don't feel like this here, bam, bam, and she slams her foot on the trap door, is part of whatever we were just a part of.
Yeah, but how did we,
This looks new. Look at it. That's good oak, that. That's lovely oak.
That's brilliant oak.
Well, did any of us see any other way we could have continued apart from going to Justin?
Yeah, but that was all rough, wasn't it? That was all cut into rough rock.
Yeah.
Could have jumped off the bridge.
It weren't nothing like that lovely black stone at the beginning.
Yeah. Well,
that felt old. Not that I know much about those things, but it felt old.
That horseman, the creepy fella that rode into the shrine.
Yeah.
He was looking for something that was down there, probably.
Well, to me he said, "Where is it?" And I think he said something about mask. And I was like, "Yeah, I know where the mask. I know how to get into that place." And he was all like, "Tell me now." And I was like, "No, you have to tell me what your name is, mister." But he didn't. And yeah, he was a funny fellow.
Look, I've come down here a couple of seasons, and it brings all sorts of adventuring folks around here. Apparently, there's a lot of treasure around these parts.
Yeah, I heard that a lot.
And I don't know what I'll do now. I suppose, well, at least I've got you two new friends, right?
Yeah, it's very nice to be going around with you, Tem.
I suppose we got through all that alive.
Yep, we're a good team.
I'm right here.
Oh, not quite alive. Let's just.
You are sort of alive, aren't you?
I've got some life in me.
Yeah, weird that. Seems like all we've fought so far has been dead things, mostly, and them jelly cubes.
And then we met Justin.
And that mouthy thing.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
Oh, that was horrible. Oh my god, we
Please
nearly
don't
fell.
remind me,
You still look well hurt by that.
that thing almost took off my only good arm.
Hey,
what are we
Tem,
doing then? Standing around here like a couple of numbnuts?
Right, so I mean we've got some options, like we have a map, so we could find our way with the point of the keep to back to Orange Zone if we wanted to. Or we could go back down somehow and find out if this goes any other direction other than to Justin.
That's the only two choices.
Well, I mean we could, what else is there? We go back to Orange Zone or we continue here?
Look, adventure. Look out at the terrain you see. I see adventure.
What is... You said there was like a tower off in the distance?
DM, are you talking to?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to try and check it out?
Oh, I mean, what does it look
Well-
like?
Or give me a perception check, let's see.
Do we have our map in here?
No, 2 seconds.
Perception is 20.
20, okay. At this distance, you would probably guess at about 10 miles, although it's officially a little less. You notice it is obscured by the perspective and the terrain, but you kind of wander past a few trees and look out at it, and you notice a double-headed tower. One of the heads seems to extend. They must be quite broad towers for you to be able to see them at this distance, but one of them extends quite high and seems to have somewhat of a dome, but with spikes coming out the side of the dome, like curved spikes to the architecture. The lower tower to that seems to be conical but pointed, with like a... You wouldn't be able to see that at this range. Yeah, that's what you see. They seem to be very close together, probably part of the same structure. they don't seem to be on top of a hill or anything. So that way, because of the terrain and the distance, you only can see the top part of it. Do you see what I mean?
Okay. What do you think that's all about?
I'll get out my map and see if that's on the map.
Okay, you get out your map, and so you know that the Shrine of Sir Oren is marked in the forest that you're at the edge of, and you are at the sort of southeastern edge of the forest, patch of forest. If you were to continue going from the shrine, well, you guess you're there. To be fair, you wouldn't really know, but you give me a nature or survival check. Your call.
13.
Okay, this is just to see if you can pinpoint yourself. Yeah, you put yourself within about a 2 or 3 mile radius, right? Let me pull it up on here for you if I can. No, I can't. You reckon it's Kentish Keep? If the map, I'd say 13 would do that. Yeah, you'd be pretty confident you're looking across at either Kentish Keep or Darkwood Ruins. But Darkwood Ruins seems to be further off, more like 15 miles away, and it's more southeast. And you can't see anything there other than darkness on the horizon, and then behind that, the broiling, jagged mountain range, some 20 miles away, 25 miles away. Actually, to that, as you look off to the mountains to the south, which is always your great, it's why the DC isn't that high, because you've always got the mountains as your ultimate kind of, that's south. The clouds over that are black and broiling and distant. You can see flashes of light and distant thunder rolls across the moors, and by the time it reaches you, it's sort of like just this distant thunder. Not very inviting. You would guess that tower would be, the only other thing marked on your map is Kentish Keep.
Okay.
So it's either that or something else.
Were we told about Kentish Keep by Carl?
What's that?
Was it Carl that talked about Kentish Keep? We haven't been to Kentish Keep. Is that... No, that's the ruins.
Do you remember anything about it?
I think he was talking about the other
He was talking about the
thing.
ruins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Carl
so-
talked about that. Yeah, Darkwood Ruins.
Yeah, okay, we don't know about Kentish Keep.
So what would you like to do?
Well,
I think we need to sell some of these stones that we have picked up.
do we really want to walk all the way back to Oren's home?
You do recall the horrible mosquito-like creatures that beset you on the way, and some of the other the bandit threats. So bear that in mind with any risks that you decide to take.
No, I kind of wanna. We didn't really find the answers we was looking for about the raising dead, and you know, kind of want to find answers to that. If it maybe it will help you in why you came back up. So I'm not saying we should go back to the shrine of Terorin, but I wonder if there's anywhere else we could look.
What do you want? What do you guys want? I thought you were adventurous. What do you actually want though? You were trying to find your way home, right?
Yeah.
I just want.
What, did you find any info at Oran's home? I mean, it's a small town.
Yeah, it's small. No one really knows what's up. All I found is that probably someone with good magic skills.
Wizard. You need a wizard.
Yeah. I'm wondering, like, they seem not very common. There's nobody. We couldn't find anybody in Oran's home. So, I don't know. We might have to go somewhere else to find one.
All I know is, if you're wanting somebody to help you out with the kind of thing that will get you back to the Feywild, you're either going to need magic yourself or money.
That's what I've
Preferably
been
both.
thinking.
And probably them things you're only going to get by taking risks.
Yeah.
That's what I figure. The way I've lasted this long is taking risks. I reckon that over there, that's Kentish Keep. We usually give that a... Let's just see how she figures out. She's got good nature. Yeah, 15, 19. I sort of know where we are. if we head due east that way, and she points just right of Oren's home castle. Sometimes we take a berth. We'll either come this side to head down to the ruins. I sort of want to.
Tem, do you have anything that you are trying to do, or are you good to keep sticking with us?
I'll stick with you.
Alright.
I'm sort of still feel sad about my friends. I was with them for 5 moons. 5 months. So, they were alright, but more than that, they had some good gear.
Where were they?
Where are they? I mean, their bodies, rest in peace, but where are they?
We were hit by a few stray trolls on the road down to the ruins. And do you remember I said I headed off west along the riverbanks and ran that way?
Yeah.
And then I just headed up to the shrine, followed the river and then headed up to the north to the shrine. She shows you on the map. I reckon we're somewhere here.
Yeah.
Where it says Oren. I reckon we're somewhere there. Look over there, there's the castle. That's the keep. I'm trying to think if there's anything you shouldn't say. No, that's fine. This is just the border of Smythe. Some old fencing and stuff with meat. When we headed down, we just take a direct route across. We got to about here, I know, because there was trees around, and I lost them through the trees, and I brought up some vines as well. And then I went round here, and then I headed up, and that's where I found you. But my mates, I reckon it was somewhere in the forest around here that they got killed.
Not to be insensitive, but what do you mean by their good equipment?
Well, obviously, I would want to make sure that it got back to their families.
It's so true.
But I think that I could look after them until we get them back to their families.
It's
I
so
don't
true.
think Harold had a family, actually.
I'm inciting as well.
Go ahead.
11.
13.
What did you roll?
11.
She seems straight up. She seems very earnest about what she's saying. Yeah.
Alright, well...
But, you know, there was 5 of us, including me. And I don't think trolls pick for treasure. Don't really care about that kind of stuff. Don't know, I feel like we should...
If we want treasure, the ruins would be.
Yeah, don't
better.
we'd need more people on our side for that though.
Yeah, remember Kyle said it's really like steer clear from there.
We've got Dagan, my crow.
Look, I'm a
That's
little
not
bit
perfect.
It's
and
a
I
raven.
could do with. Why don't we? What do you want to do? What are you wanting? You want to get home, but you know you ain't getting home tomorrow.
I know, so my next goal is to get as much cash as I can.
Right.
I just want to help out Rowan.
The most cash comes with adventuring.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, love. So we've either got to become adventurers, we've either got to decide to become an adventuring party, or, no offence, we go our own ways.
No, let's be a party. Come on, we need a really cool name.
What about you?
Whatever Rowan says, I said.
So why are you following her so much? What do you want?
I think it's because I was the first person he saw when he kind of like came out the ground. So it's like, you know, when birds come out of the eggs and the first person they see, they like kind of latch onto. I think that's what's happening.
But what are you wanting? I like to know if I'm going to put my life in someone else's hand, what they want.
I'm unsure because I don't know my purpose or why I'm here, and she's the only person that hasn't discriminated me based on my rather unfortunate condition.
But do you have a sense of what you want, or nothing?
Probably just money.
Well, that sounds like we're an adventuring party. And I think basically what's involved with that is we kill whatever we can that's trying to kill us. Or anything like that horrible mouth thing. See if it's got a little, like them jelly things had.
Treasure.
Treasure, right? So I'm in.
Hell yeah! And melon!
I'm in.
Yeah!
Right. So we've got to start thinking like adventurers. Now I've done 5
Yeah.
moons of adventuring,
Right.
and I've kind of left it to others to lead. So who's the
Yeah.
leader? Who's the sensible one?
You're
Why are you looking at me?
you're better at finding traps than me.
I'm always the leader.
But you're smart. You got that ogre not to squash us.
That's not
That's
smart. That
true.
was me slapping its hand out the way.
Yeah, but you got big and.
All right.
Freaking
I'll be the leader. Go.
Yeah, you're really big and scary.
What are we doing? Because you look hurt.
I'm fine. I don't look hurt.
But Tam, if you're hurt, we can
You don't look hurt.
I just look like a normal myself.
Do we want you want rest?
I mean, I could do with it, or we could find somewhere. The only place I can see is the castle. I ain't got no troll's ears to take up there. There's no point going up the castle. Or there's whatever that tower is.
We could head to the tower.
Or we stop here in the woods, or what? Come on, you think.
Let's go to
I'm
the
not
tower.
really-
Leader, what do you think, leader?
The tower.
All right.
What did we find? Firstly, look, you two are rubbish at this.
I
Look.
have never done it.
Firstly, can we get out of this cold and get into the forest for a second? Let's just take it,
Yeah.
just walk a little bit into the forest. Right, so you get under the cover of the trees a little bit. What's our stash?
Right, let's pull our.
Yeah.
Right, ready? I'll bring out a blue stone, an orange stone, 2 yellow stones, a green stone, 2 diamonds, and a ruby.
I put my finger in a pot down.
Nice. Gold. We all got what?
How much gold you got?
53.
What? I've got 5.
No, you
Oh, yeah.
don't.
Oh, did I not add it to my inventory? It's somewhere.
Oh yeah, you
Look.
stabbed the other one through the gates, didn't you?
Yeah.
Until it died.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I think he doled out something like 37 gold each. But I could be
38. We
wrong.
got 38.
38 gold each. Nice. Okay.
Wow, I could almost buy a healing potion.
Tem also takes out like a little urn from her backpack. She nicked one of the urns. She went ching ching ching
You
ching
took
ching.
the whole urn?
Yeah, there
I
was
only
loads of
took
them.
a bit of it because I was being respectful.
Respecting what?
I don't know.
She takes the lid off, and throws out, and there is roll percentage.
Me.
Go ahead.
41.
41 silver. Very old, tarnished looking silver. So you've got 41 silver.
I'll take that.
Okay, you take it. I mean, I
Nice.
kind of need more of the money than you do, not to be rude or anything.
We pooled it. We're a team.
Oh yeah.
Don't get selfish.
I'm not, I was just thinking of my wife.
She'll be alright. I suppose you might have to figure out a way to try and talk to her.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't know if that was a thing or not though.
We'll just have to learn
Yeah.
as we kill and adventure. What else do you find? What about that book?
Yeah. It's called something about resurrection. No, I don't know what it's called.
Mm.
Yeah, wait, it's here. No, it's not. Yeah, I got this book.
So much for writing down everything.
The Restoration.
Yeah, that's it, the restoration.
What do you want to do with it?
Good reading.
You
I mean,
wanna
I
look?
already skimmed through the whole thing, and I
You
got.
can skim more.
Okay.
So you can roll. Who wants to do that? Who's got the most smarts for that?
What's your intelligence? We got the same intelligence.
No, we don't.
You want to read it together? You can
Only got
kind of
plus
like
one.
sit there, but your wisdom can help with you
Alright, I'll do it.
interpreting the book.
I'll do
Yeah, we'll
it.
just read it together.
Okay, you read it together, and then in which case, who's going to help who?
You can help me.
Okay.
Right, investigation check from whoever's got
Me.
whoever wants to do that.
Oh,
Are you going to help?
So you're
Yeah.
helping me,
I
'cause
don't
I've
know
got
what
my-
your intelligence
it's
is.
higher than you.
Okay, so you do it.
Help me.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Oh wait, why am I rolling twice? Okay. 20.
20. Nice. Okay. You spend a bit longer this time. Everyone kind of like Tem is standing, you two are sitting with the book sort of on both your lap, and Tem's like peering over your shoulders, And I'll say you spent a good hour looking at this book. Now, I gave you a few hints as to what's in this book. But a 20 and the hour you spend gives you these details. The Oronsholm Castle, now that is only some 50-year-old structure, is built on some old ruins, really old, like super old, of a time when this part of the Dales was like a central force in this part of Aeon. Like it was the what you get is that, again, you're skim reading through this, right? So there aren't the individual details, you're kind of like skimming it. This area used to be a huge military and political place. And also it was light against the darkness of Gormley. Like this was where Gormley was kept at bay from some huge stronghold. And many people have tried to dig to find the ruins. Many people have found nearby ruins and tried to say that these were relics of this time. Make a insight check.
Nice. 18.
When you read that, you wonder, you link that to the I was about to say ruined, but they're not ruined. What you've just come out of, that gets you wondering, and you kind of like put it to the group. Right? There is, firstly, this book has all been drafted by Greeley.
Okay.
But it's not, it's like he's dictating it. He's
Right.
he's transcribing this from somebody speaking.
Yeah.
So this is a manifesto. This book seems to be a manifesto for the restoration of the glory of the Everdales, of the Southern Dales. And you rolled a 20, right? Great. You find that Kentish Keep has only recently been put up. It is the Kentish Keep that includes its a tower has only been erected in like the last 20-25 years.
Okay.
Right, it's a new construction. And you read about the harvesting. There is this initiative called the harvesting that is an initiative to funnel trolls and for the organised forces of the province of Smythe to conduct mass harvesting, and it's always done in this, harvesting of troll ears, such that fees can be collected from the Dales, from Everdale. There is also talk of special experiments and unfortunate sacrifices, or unfortunate necessary sacrifices taking place at Kentish Keep. At this point, Tem goes, "What the bloody hell does that mean?"
Sacrifices? Do they mean like humans and people?
This doesn't sit well with me at all.
I mean, I already thought it was a bit weird when Justin was like, "He gonna turn you into a troll," but I don't know, this is even more uncomfortable.
20 is a hard DC, okay. I'll say that is about as much as you get.
Okay. Alright, well,
What are they doing?
I don't know, I'm really seeming even more weird.
Well, it sounds like more than just greedy.
Yeah.
He's just the council, you know.
So, Kentish Keep, What's it say about Kentish? That it's...
The experiments are happening there
Yeah.
and the harvesting is happening there.
Right, so everything's happening at Kentish Keep.
I think we should head over to Kentish
Do
Keep.
we really want to crash this operation? And they'd be like, why are you here? You're not meant to know this. We're going to have to kill you, obviously. You're going to tell people.
Then we fight them.
Oh, yeah. I could shoot them. I don't know. I don't really want to shoot
Just
people.
pretend that they're dead, because they will be after you shoot them. So you shot many of them.
Now, what I'm going to say from a ruling perspective is every day you can attempt to try and... Because it's quite a thick book and it's almost written like a journal, right? Every day you can attempt to roll higher on your investigation, and that is a mixture of investigation and insight, okay? Of like what you can get from what you're reading. Because there seems to be a plan. This whole book seems to be a plan. The higher you roll, the more you're able to sort of get from what you're reading. A lot of it seems to be in code and shorthand and kind of words that other people would understand. A bit like the final solution, you know,
No.
from Hitler, you know, the final solution, you know, and it's just like, well, you don't know what exactly that means unless you study, you know, what actually happened. Alright. I'll say that was a short rest if anyone wants to use that to do any healing or anything.
Can I cast Find Familiar in that time, please?
Have you got the components for it? Because I know you cast it before and...
No.
Oh, sorry.
It's only like 10 gold worth of herbs.
Oh, balls. Yeah, so you'll need to stock up on those to do that again.
Tem, do you have like 10 gold worth of like any incense or herbs?
Okay, if I roll a 17, 18, 19 or 20, she does. No. No, sorry.
Does Melon have any?
Although that crow was very brave for us.
Yeah,
Just
rest
flying
in
through
peace.
getting toasted.
What's his name?
Dagon.
Rest in peace, Dagon.
Dagon's still alive with me.
What do you
Feel
mean?
his presence.
Where though? He's not here.
The runes on my arm. This arm.
Alright, what do you guys want to do?
Right, so
Let's go over to Kentish
Kentish
Keep.
Keep then, right?
Alright, you're going to head to the keep.
Yeah.
Not to Oronsholm Castle, right?
No,
To the
that is
keep.
where we've been before,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
we
okay,
went to the
good,
keep.
good. Alright. So, you come out clearly from the forest and start heading off. I'd like one of you two to make a survival check. This is just picking the best routes.
Oh, dude.
7.
Okay. Alright. You do have that marker in terms of the geographic markers, in terms of the towers, but the way is potholed with little depressions in the moorland and stuff, so the going is slow and it starts to rain. It starts to be this soft drizzly rain that just gets in under your cloaks and your clothes. I'd like con saves from everyone, please. Don't worry, this is not a high DC, but nevertheless I would like con.
12.
10.
Okay, fine. Yeah, fine. Okay, good. It's chill, it's dank and wet as you start to walk across the moorlands in the direction of Kentish Keep. It's going to be approximately 9 miles to get there. Now, you guys wouldn't know that, but you're going to be going at a relatively... Now, how are you travelling? Are you travelling for normal pace? Are you going slow to keep a lookout, or are you going...
Normal pace, I'd say.
Normal pace. Okay. Now that thing, you can do it 3 miles an hour. I'm going to say because of the train, that takes it down to 2 miles an hour, so it's going to take you just about 4.5 hours to get there. Alright?
Okay.
Alright. We're going to roll for each hour in terms of what happens.
Okay.
Yippee!
D12.
Me
Go
first.
on,
Me
D12.
first.
Maverick.
Me first. 4.
4. Okay. During the first hour, the rain picks up and reduces your visibility somewhat. The clouds are low and this horrible misty fog created by the rain sort of starts to seep in, such that you almost lose visibility of the keep that you're headed towards. You keep a lookout. I'd like perception checks from everyone, please.
9.
17.
You guys suck.
17.
No, 17's good. Okay. You manage to keep an eye on the keep, so you have your way to go there. Wait a second. There. I'm just looking at my random encounter in the moorlands.
Oh, yay. Yippee.
You are free to talk amongst yourselves if your characters feel like it.
What do you think was the purpose of that crypt that we were in?
Well, I mean, at first it was just to bury those old geezers. But I've really thought that there would be something in there that would explain it. But, I mean, maybe there is, but we didn't explore the whole thing.
Definitely didn't feel like an ending to a long dungeon.
All right, Finley.
Yeah.
I get your point. You didn't feel it was satisfying.
What?
Yeah, I know what you mean, because it changed to quite new kind of construction. So that was kind of weird.
Make insight checks, both of you, but on reflecting on that. Come on.
Nice. 25.
25.
Don't worry about it.
The sense you definitely got, especially with Justin at the end of it, and he made reference to Greeley, is that this is obviously a place that is used frequently. The sense you get with the 25 insight, and certainly this awakens something in your martial background, that like generals would come together and leaders would come together in private places to talk. You very much get the sense that perhaps something of that nature was
That means we fucked up that meeting place.
perhaps. The book you found is new, has been written in recently. You know, it's not an old book or anything. That's what made it weird to you when you first found it. You remember? Because everything around it seemed weird. You got this model of this amazing kind of city.
Look, okay, the thing is, like, they're gonna, if they go there continually, they're gonna find their book gone, then they're gonna walk down to see Justin. Justin's gonna be like, yeah, there was this orange lady with a mushroom on her head, and this dead guy, and this little lady, and
they're not gonna be like, oh, I wonder who they could be.
Hour 2, roll d12.
They could be, but they could be any one of us. They're gonna be like,
yeah, because it's got a mushroom on her head. We look very distinct, so that's great. Hour 2 is number 1.
Oh, you.
Great.
Oh, wizard friend.
No spells, Leslie.
Didn't you?
Oh yeah, I got my spells.
Okay, 2 things happen.
I got my grip point back.
I forgot to roll my hit die. Nice.
That's brilliant. I'm so glad you got the 1.
Oh.
Alright.
I'm so glad you rolled a 1, Charlie.
You hear, as you are walking, trudging through the moorlands, it's actually starting to get darker grey everywhere.
Oh no.
Darker and darker grey. And who has the best passive perception here, please?
I'm 12.
14.
Okay, you hear this. You hear this kind of... so into hour 2 now. Let me just make sure that you'd be... Yeah. About an hour and a half into this walk, you come to... You notice, even though it's now hazy and it's getting darker, it's sort of like that hour before sunset, right? But it's overcast, so it's just all round just getting darker and gloomier, and it's still raining coming down, and it's still just this insipid, cold rain that just gets in under your clothes and everything. And you notice straight away these jagged spikes coming from the ground. You notice them when they're about 300 feet off, and as you walk forward closer to it, all your feet starting to slush a bit more in the moorland now, and in the puddles and the pools that are formed by the dips in the ground and the gaps between the firs and the thorny bushes that you're trying to get around. And as you keep your wrap around you and you walk forward, you see this great long ruined fence. And this part of the fence that you're walking towards, the massive fence posts are off at an angle, and some of them are snapped completely, and all of them are charred black, completely black, as if and these are massive 6-inch diameter, maybe even 8-inch diameter fence posts that have just been dashed. The connecting planks are just strewn all around, and it looks like some great force has rent this entire section of fencing down, just burnt it to a crisp and smashed it down.
What happened here?
You look off to the left and the right as the fence goes on, and quite a far distance away you see just pieces of rudimentary fencing, like sections that are complete and not blackened, and then big gaps, as if whenever this fence was put up to mark the boundaries of the edge of Smythe, it is long since gotten into disrepair.
Tem, have you seen this before?
Oh yeah.
Looks like someone didn't like the fence here.
We stepped past this, we're out of Smythe, for what that's worth.
What?
Brilliant. Alright.
Okay, and as you continue to walk for another 10-15 minutes, you step over the rudimentary, broken, huge fence posts. Some of them that haven't been smashed in twain are some 10 to 12 feet long fence posts. You step past them and continue. After another mile, the moorland gives way to more swampy, marshy land. And it's a few minutes before the end of the second hour of walking that you pick up this. You hear a something is running in your rough direction through the marshes.
Just him hears that. Or do we all hear it?
You hear that.
Stop. There's someone around
What is
here.
it?
And that's when you all hear it. It's
Is it mostly one of them dead things?
Hello? Show yourself. I'm gonna shout.
okay. You
I'm
shout that.
Draw my pistol.
You draw your pistol.
Yeah,
American.
ready.
You see silhouetted first coming through the mist created by this hazy rain and the darkness that's coming. You see a black figure, tall, probably about your height, running through, only silhouetted at the moment as it comes through the fog, and you hear it sort of go, "Oh, help! Help!"
Who is it?
You gotta help! Comes running through and comes through the mist into your visible range. You see a roughly 5'9", 5'10" humanoid, long dark brown hair with a wave to it, mustache and goatee, black with a few flecks of silver through it, blackened leather armour with intricate silver detail and brocading at the shoulders, the joints, and around the multiple belts that are hanging around it.
I
You
should
see
just
a
picture
large,
him
long
Blackbeard.
dagger around one, on one side, an array of pouches, and a longer blade strapped around the others. But most defining of this figure is that down the entire left-hand side of their face, it is all scarred and burned. It just comes running. It sees you, changes direction slightly when he sees the figures, and just comes running towards you. You gotta help!
What's going on? Who are you?
Troll!
Oh no!
Oh, shit.
Roll the one.
Oh.
Runs towards you. You all just kind of like standing next to each other?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis real quick.
Okay, so he runs towards you, gets within 50 feet, and you... The frosting comes up. And he goes, holy hells!
How far behind?
It'll be honest and momentarily.
Get behind
Ready
us.
yourselves. And he draws his blade.
I'm going to ready a Eldritch Blast.
Okay. For the sakes of easy combat, let's just put that down such as this.
Oh.
Oh, I don't
put
think
this
I
over
brought down any of the figurines.
Oh dang.
We'll mark this by pen.
Okay.
Or you can just use D4s to
Yeah,
for
nice.
us.
Okay.
I'll be orange.
So our newcomer. So Tem. So place stuff in a square. We'll put you here. This end actually. This figure arrives here.
Whoa. You sure that shouldn't be the troll?
And as he stops and draws his sword, and you all look in the direction that he's been running. Quiet. And then, from out of the mist, you see it. You're not sure whether it's your eyes playing tricks on you, but you start to see an additional silhouette. Ambling and large and grey. And then from out of the mist, 300 feet, 200 feet, it emerges. This thing ambling along. Long-limbed, each limb 6 foot long. Rubbery. This thing comes towards you.
When it gets within 120 feet, my reaction is to cast Eldritch Blast that I readied.
Sure, you ready Eldritch Blast at this thing. Just straight ahead of you, you feel fear, cold fear. Those of you that are sitting so inclined, Tem is not. She goes, oh bloody hell. Well,
What the hell is that?
this is why so many of us come down here. That's it. That's the thing. This thing starts to...
Oh my god, I'm gonna shoot it.
Yeah. It gets to within 120 feet, and are you going to let fly your
Yes.
Eldritch Blast? Make your attack rolls, please.
I will. You two should. Let's see. 25 to hit.
25 does hit.
It does. It does indeed. 5 points of force damage. Out my
How does
hands.
that look as that flies out of your fingers?
Well, it's blue, and it's like this. It looks like a spinal cord, like spine with like. As it flies, it looks like a spine.
Oh, yeah, that's
Maybe with a skull on the end that just like opens its mouth.
It goes across the distance, firing out from your skeletal hand.
That's what it looks like when I don't have my mask on, anyway.
And it flies out and hits this thing as it ambles forward, unafraid. It
How many turns do we have until it gets to us?
has 30 feet of movement,
So
4.
4. Can I do?
It's dashing.
Oh.
So actually, excuse me, 2. So this is the first.
Okay,
Roll your damage.
I did. For 4, it was 5.
5
Force,
damage. Okay, great.
force damage, and I'm gonna bonus action Form of Dread.
Okay, as it comes towards you, and then the guy next to you sees this happening and goes, "What in the hell's?"
Oh, don't worry.
He does this.
You make a persuasion check if you're trying to actually say more than just "don't
He
worry."
does this sometimes. He's fine. I promise he's on our side.
Go on, persuasion check. I'll say the DC is 12.
Oh no.
11.
Okay, he starts to back away from you, looking from you to the troll, and takes a wide berth around you guys. So he comes round to here and puts you three between him and the troll.
That's better like
Just
that.
goes, what the hell's going on? Alright. What are you doing in this lead up?
I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna jam, like, I'm gonna do a violent shot.
Okay, give me your ranges, because it's 120 feet away at this first.
That's fine. The 120 feet
is within range?
Yes. Okay. No, sorry, that was cold.
Just roll on here. You didn't.
Oh no, hang on. Shit. Okay, I misfire.
What happens?
Well, especially if this is going to be a violent shot. It goes flying out that side with a real, like, extra loud sound and it, like, skims into the mud over there.
Is that what it says it does?
I don't know what a misfire is.
You've got it all written down though, haven't you, for your misfire? Look up your misfire.
Let me see.
I
if it has any
assume it just
special
means like a
rules.
fumble.
I think you get more happen. Let's be
Oh,
sure.
it might break.
Let's be sure we know what misfire means.
Yeah, right here we go.
See, you've got it. No, just go on.
The attack misses.
Let her do it. Let her do it.
Yeah. The attack misses and the weapon cannot be used again until you spend an action to try and repair it. To repair your firearm, you must make a successful Tinker's Tool check. DC equal to 8 plus misfire score. If your check fails, the weapon is broken and must be mended out of combat at a quarter of the cost of the firearm.
Got it. What's the misfire score?
Really not good.
Right, so the violent shot makes the misfire score go up. So usually mine is a 1, like a normal fumble. So it's 3 now.
3, so 8 plus 6 are an 11 Tinker's Tools. Okay, so this thing's running towards you, you go, and then like, and a little bit at the end, like a little bit of the barrel, like, I'd say like the firing pin kind of like comes off slightly at an angle, and you're like, shit. When you try to pull it back, the spring, it's going to all the way far off if you try and do that again. And you're like, this thing's ambling closer and closer.
Not a good time, Rowan.
Tem is going to attempt to do things.
Something violent.
Bear with me 2 seconds.
Because it's cocked so many times that I re-rolled it and I got a 3.
Good luck without a gun.
I've got my crossbow and my short sword.
Sorry.
Alright, this thing is nearly upon you. Let's see. Let's see what Tam's going to do to try and help here, because this is bad. Right, Tem is going to attempt to poison spray it. Range is 10 feet. No, she's not. Is anyone hurt?
No.
Is anyone hurt?
I mean, he
Okay.
is, probably.
She's going to do Hoopak.
Hoopak
Go
attack.
back attack!
Hoopak attack.
Oh.
She misses. Stone goes way off.
Nice.
Oh, these range attacks are not good.
Alright, if the final round before it gets to you is it ambles forward. What are you doing?
What should I do?
Also on its range it heals. You see where your Eldritch Blast rips some of its rubbery flesh off, you see it as it gets closer.
Oh yeah, well, as part of my form of dread I have to put my mask on, by the way.
Yeah, no problem. You
okay. Can I do... Said I turned to Rowan and I said, repair your weapon. We'll hold it for now, and I'll cast invisibility on Rowan again.
Oh, good.
okay. You got the slots for it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You, as your
No, come on, not now.
remember how invisibility works in D&D? It doesn't mean you can no longer be targeted, because things can work out where you are based on footprints, noises you're making. You're like
Yes.
doing all that, but you are way harder to hit. Okay, good. So you
And
are.
then bonus action Shadow Blade, and just and it comes to me.
And this great two-handed sword apparates into your hands as this thing now just and it just ambles across the closing distance towards you. I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Wait, I didn't get a second.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sure. So you're using your action. So sorry, Tinker's tools.
Yes. What is that check?
It's a
what do I roll?
it's a DC 11.
But what do I add to
Are
it?
you are proficient with Tinker's tools?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Proficiency.
Hang on. Let us figure out. I think because you're a
I
gunslinger.
think I am. Yeah, I think I do.
So
Yes.
add your proficiency bonus to this roll. What?
I got natural 1, so 3.
Okay.
It breaks.
Because it breaks. If you fail, it breaks.
Yeah, and I had to fix it out of combat.
Oh no! You're like, if this thing goes, you're like, this thing veering up on you is easily as big as the ogre you just met.
Oh.
Only it's long and rubbery and ambles, and it seems so delighted and unafraid of you as it just comes forward. It just sees 4 meals, and as it gets closer and closer, you keep looking up, and then ping, and the firing pin completely comes out, and you're like, you grab it up from the thing, stop it away.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I've drawn my crossbow.
You get out your crossbow.
Yeah. No, it's really close. I'll get my sword.
You get your
Yeah,
sword.
it's
Okay.
too close for him.
Alright, you pull out your short sword as this thing now descends on you. I'd like initiative rolls, please, from everybody. Everybody.
11.
14.
Okay. So, Maverick. That's Rowan, you'll be first. Troll. 10. Alright,
Please don't do more than 10 damage.
this thing is going to attack first. Ironically, I need a d4 to figure it out. Anyone got a sperry? Thanks. So,
I mean, that is the troll.
That could
but-
be the troll. Can you just, we'll put it, hang on, it goes for 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is it next to us? Just
It
like.
goes for 10. So 10 is here, so it ambles over to here and plows into 10. And it's going to go with its first attack. With its bite, it's going to try and bite 10. Yeah, it bites her. And she screams as this thing sees the small morsel it's going to start with and just bites into her for 6 points of damage. That really hurts her. And then it's going to do claw attacks on who's the blue?
Me.
That's you.
Yep.
Does a claw on you.
Nice.
9 to hit.
Nope.
Doesn't hit you. Does your armor do anything?
No, but it's only if they hit.
Oh, okay. And then it's going to try and go for the guy.
He's
Reaches
he's
along.
kind of behind us.
Yeah, but it has a decent reach. I'd say you're all pretty much in close together. Oh, okay, fair enough. It goes for you with the other claw.
Dude.
No, it's
that's
better.
15 to hit.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. So both the claws, you manage to get out of the way of the massive long fingers.
I deal a lot of
Each
damage when
one
it hits me.
like a long, fleshy, black and grey, mottled flesh with big old 3-inch claws on the end of them. Both miss you. So, did we do your go? My bad. Go ahead. You get advantage on your attack rolls.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, why?
Because you're invisible.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Rowan!
21 to
Put
hit.
that dice.
21 hits, yeah.
I was being good sometimes.
Give me some damage.
Yes. Right. 10 piercing.
10 piercing, nice.
Yeah.
Alright,
I'm
good.
sure
Yeah,
that's
you
not
guys
the
are going to want to damage this.
Yes.
Damage
and
it
then
quick.
burn it because I'm
Does
remembering
Tem
we
have
talked to
fire?
that guy about trolls, and I remember the fire.
Yeah, you have Troll Lord now.
Yeah.
You understand fire's a thing.
Troll law.
Alright. Good stuff. Then the troll does what it just did. Tem
I don't have any
have
fire
her
spells.
go. She's just trying to hit it with her hoop pack, which does actually hit.
I'm pissed about my gun.
She bludgeons it for 1 point of damage.
Does Tem have any fire spells?
Maverick, you're up.
Because I don't. Shadow Blade.
Shadow Blade attack?
Yeah.
Go for it.
7.
That misses. And this thing ducks in low underneath your weird shadowy blade. Does your form of dread do something to it?
No, only if I hit it.
Does it? Oh, okay. Alright.
Let me see.
But it gives you temporary hit points, doesn't it?
No, because I have they have Armor of Agathis. I kind of just do it because it's cool.
Okay, so that's your action.
Actually, I'm no.
Bonus action.
Bonus action.
Remember, you've both got your movement if you want to use it.
Whoopsie daisy. I'm just gonna 5, 10,
Are you leaving its combat range?
15. No, I'm just going around back of it.
Okay, great. So you move around.
Probably should have done that
back
first.
of it. That's your movement. Any bonus action, or are you happy?
Bonus action. Let's see. That's an action. That's an action. That's an action. They are all actions. No bonus action. Actually, I need my familiar because I made her during the. No, I didn't. I didn't make her.
You didn't. Sorry.
Then only my.
Go over. Finish your turn.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. The figure in black runs forward and just like goes to stab it with the longsword. Hits. Sinks into the rubbery flesh, doing 12 points of piercing damage. That's the end of their go. Top of the round. Rowan, you're up. You quickly store your pistol.
Well, I've just slashed with my short sword. I'm gonna do that again.
You need
Go
to
ahead.
move. I think you need to
he's in
move.
the jail.
I think you need to move.
I'm fine.
So it didn't look like you were in.
17.
Are you within combat range? Which D4 are you?
That
You have
one.
to move first.
Okay,
You've got to be within 5 feet
I
reach.
think you need to move.
17 to hit.
That definitely hits, yeah.
6. Piercing.
Good. Okay, he sinks in. This thing kind of like howls in this weird. As your short sword digs into some of its
I'll use
rubbery.
my bonus action to face step. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Here.
Okay. Alright, cool. And are you swapping weapons?
Yep, crossbow.
Okay. Alright.
It can't be charmed, can it?
It's not immune to being charmed.
Oh, okay.
That's a very.
Great. Make a wisdom
that was-
saving throw.
Sorry?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Great. Is that an action or a bonus action? Or is
This
it...
is just part of my face step.
Great. 12.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
12 is the DC.
Okay, fine. It is the troll's go. It's going to heal.
Nice.
10 hit points. It's still from your oozing, some black kind of mucusy ooze comes out of your stab wound, and it and you
That's a great noise.
heals back up again. And it is going to attack. It's sort of slightly freaked out by you, Maverick. So it's actually going to move and go
Is he freaked out that I'm
for
flanking
Dirk
him?
hurt it the most with a single attack, so and he
Dirk.
moved in to do that. So he moved into here.
Stupid
It
arm
turns to
name.
him,
His name is Dirt.
and it's going to go claw, bite.
Goodbye, Doug.
That
What do you mean to Dirt?
It'd be funny if we survived a gibbering mouth and then got TPK'd by a freaking troll.
Are they worse than it?
No, they're the same.
hits.
Ah.
Claw hits.
Yeah, that was on a bridge as well. We barely did anything.
And another claw hits.
I did everything.
This guy's taking all the damage this round. 10,
Yeah, that's okay.
10, 20, 26, 28. He's down. literally, this thing just bites into me, right into his neck. His sword goes flying out of his hand as it picks him up off the ground, like you might see a bear do to a thing. Only this tall, rubbery thing has him by the neck, and his teeth dug into his neck. He is screaming so high-pitched, unnaturally high-pitched, as it gets both its claws with him in his mouth, puts them into the side of his body and rakes down like that. Oh. And you just see him open up, and this it screams end, and it throws him off into the marsh.
Still got those healers, kids.
That's the end of the trolls go. You are all like, oh, as you see this thing rend this figure into pieces, into shreds. It's Tem's go. She's going to do poison spray. Look up poison spray. Poison spray. Hey.
What is her obsession with poison spray?
Because that's all she can cast.
Do we not have any form of fire damage?
Here we go. You extend your hand towards the creature. The creature was seen on a con save. Can...
maybe.
Certainly try.
You're up next, Maverick, by the way, so get ready. So its con save is a +5, 15. No, it fails still. Okay, it's going to take a d12 of poison. As she just reaches out her hand, and just as it tosses this figure off, this green cloud of noxious fumes extends from her hands and engulfs it. You hear this thing as it is damaged by the poison. That's the end of Tem's go. She's also going to move.
No, you're flanking, please, don't move.
She's going to...
If she moves, I don't get advantage on my...
Well, she wants to get away.
My alpha.
So she'll take the opportunity attack from it.
Congratulations.
It goes for a claw but misses with an 11. So that's the end of Tem's go. Maverick, you're up. She's not a tactician, so she wouldn't understand the idea of flanking unless you'd talked about it beforehand. Go ahead, what are you doing?
Well, okay.
This thing's looking hurt, but it's healing fast.
Yeah, it's healing. Awesome. I wish Green Flame Blade worked better.
Green Flame Blade is fire damage, isn't it?
It does not deal fire damage to the target I want it to deal to.
Oh no.
I could just slap you, Rowan, and then have it deal damage to fire damage.
I'm over there.
What you doing?
Shadow Blade.
Alright, you run forward with your massive, shadowy greatsword.
15.
That hits, that's the armor class.
Nice. Get ready for psychic damage.
Nice.
Because this blade is not real.
You shouldn't heal from that, really. That's weird, isn't it?
That is
you shouldn't
weird.
heal from that.
13 points of psychic damage. And...
13?
Yeah.
Nice.
Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
5.
It's frightened.
Yippee!
It's frightened?
Yep.
Cool. Let me just double check this here, make sure they're not...
I'm gonna be charmed.
Great! Okay, so it can't come any closer to you and it looks to try and get away from
I
you.
just swing my psychic sword at it and it like just a waft of like
Frightened creature has disadvantage
psychic
on
energy.
ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight, and you most definitely are. So
Yeah,
that's
it's a big
great.
one,
What
so-
a great tactical advantage it now has. It's frightened. The creature can't willingly move closer to you. So sorry, it doesn't try to flee, but it won't try and come closer to you. And it has disadvantage on all its attacks. And you're definitely within its line of sight. Okay, with that, it goes through it. The green noxious cloud disperses, and then literally you plough through the poison cloud, and this sword goes through it. And it's thinking, with its diminished intellect, it's thinking it's a sword, and it's like, and it kind of passes through it, and it's like, it's really troubled by what you've just done to it. Really troubled. Also, this mighty thing that is now, you are now like the same size as it. You gain a size thing, don't you, when you fall into it?
No, I don't gain size. I just
Probably should
I'm
look
like
like you do.
You
Was.
just look more formidable.
Yeah, I'm like fully in my prime
Got it. All right.
with the armor.
Is that the end of your go?
Yes.
Just an attack. Okay, cool. Top of the round, Rowan, you're up.
Is there any way I can set my crossbow bolts on fire?
No, not in this. It's raining.
Sucks.
It's wet
Okay.
and horrible.
Okay.
Have fun trying to set fire to this thing when it's dead.
Thanks.
Why are you laughing?
It's not fun.
It's funny.
It's not. Right, I'll shoot it.
This is where you need to definitely check your inventory. All right,
We have pitch and fire and
Torches.
you're going to shoot it with your crossbow.
Yes.
Okay, you
12.
12 to hit
Yeah.
with advantage.
Yippee.
We could do acid damage.
Yeah, let's do 23.
Hang on, why are you at advantage? It's something to do with you got advantage.
She's invisible.
I'm invisible.
You're invisible. Cool. No, you're not, because you attacked and that took you out of.
She's not invisible.
You're not invisible.
So, what did I roll? I think it was 14 that I rolled. Or 13
To hit?
or 12.
12. Okay. Yeah, no, it doesn't hit. Sorry.
Oh,
You want to use an action surge or anything like that?
I'm not
or-
doing too great.
You good?
Yeah, I'll use an action surge.
Well, it's your call. It's
I
up
know.
to you.
I'll use an action surge. 15?
That hits.
Yippee! Okay, come on. 5 piercing.
5. Okay, cool. It's starting to look hurt. The attacks you're doing are starting to bear on it, in a bad way. So, at the beginning of its turn, it heals so that it isn't looking so bad.
We have no fire damage and it's raining. This sucks.
And it is going to turn
Bury
all
it.
its attacks on you, because it's
It,
frightened of you.
disadvantage.
And it's flailing now. It's flailing at you. So first attack is the bite. That's a 17 and an 18. So that hits for a 24 or 5 to hit.
Nice.
Claw. 16.
That just hits.
Just hits. Doesn't your armor of Agathis do something?
It's about to.
Okay, cool. And then its second claw. 13.
No.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, only the bite hits.
Oh.
Only the bite hits. Because that was 2 6s plus 7, 13. So 2 13s, basically.
Yeah.
Alright. So the bite hits, it comes forward, goes to bite you. What happens?
Well, I need the damage first to understand.
Oh, okay. The damage is d6 plus 4. 9 damage.
Nice. It takes 10 points of cold damage. As it bites me and this whirlwind of frost covers it.
Just and chill all around its mouth. Alright. That's its go. Yeah, it's not going to do anything else. It's regenerated. It's now looking hurt again after your frost attack. Tem, she's up. Anyone need healing?
Oh.
Nope.
Okay, she's just going to do another
Just heal yourself.
poison spray then. She only needs 10 feet to do it. So actually, she's going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4. She goes behind it, kind of like sneaks behind it. She's not actually hidden from it. Does poison spray. Hey, con save natural 3 for an 8. It fails and takes another d12. 12! Come on!
Poison spray and Tull of the Dead have the highest cantrip damage.
Alright, Tem
Well,
does
that
another.
was blast.
And this thing now is choking in the thing. Maverick, you're up.
Shadow Bleed. I like this
Go
thing.
ahead, make your attack.
24.
Definitely hits.
Do I get advantage because it's frightened?
Yeah, hang on.
It doesn't. It
No,
just,
it just gets disadvantages on its attacks against you.
10 points of psychic damage. And get it.
Is it only frightened until the end of its next turn?
Instead
or-
of my next turn, so it's going to stop being frightened.
So I make
Oh, I could
another
just.
wisdom save now.
No, you don't. No, no. It doesn't make another wisdom
Doesn't
save. It just
stack,
ends.
okay.
But I can do it as much as I want, so I'm just gonna make a wisdom save. again.
Oh,
I can just keep refreshing them.
natural 20.
Damn.
Okay, you hit it, and now the pain got it more angry than it is frightened, so that it's now no longer frightened of you.
Great.
But it is hurt. Alright, that's the end of your go. Rowan, this thing now, it's got this green noxious gas dispersing around it. The black blade has passed through it a second time, causing it to convulse and kind of shudder with the internal damage that it's caused by this weird supernatural braid. What are you doing?
I'm gonna shoot it.
Go for it. You take careful aim.
19.
That hits.
Very carefully.
That's 6 points of
6
piercing.
points. Good. Okay. It's now. Is that it?
Yeah.
You ain't got your gun.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I just got it.
Sorry, I know. Okay, it's the troll's go. It gets some hit points back, but it's still looking really bad now, or I'd say quite bad. And it's going to. You're the biggest threat at the moment, so it's gonna go.
Please claw bite me.
Okay, it's no longer at disadvantage though. So claw. Oh, sorry, bite first. The bite definitely hits with a
It's not scared
25 to
anymore.
hit. No, the claw. 15 to hit.
Nope.
Second claw 22 to hit. Alright, so here comes the bite damage. 8.
10 points of cold damage to it.
Alright, and then the claw is wicked and. Oh, Jesus. 16 points of slashing.
I'm down.
damage. And with that, like your armor come back as it leans forward to bite, and then it's wildly angry and hurt at the frost, like spiking into it, like literally like little shards, and its massive flailing arm drags across, and you pass out with the pain. You are flown over, land in the, and then memories again as your head lands into the wetness and the moisture, and you lose consciousness. That's the troll's go. Tem's up. She goes, "No, Maverick!" and does poison spray again. Natural 2
how
on
many
the
times
con
did you
save.
ask if anyone needs healing and then it just
10
doesn't
points
heal
of
you?
poison damage. She comes forward again. "No! That's my mate!" Goes the troll. Top of the round, Rowan, you see Maverick fall.
Ah,
Go
shit!
spinning off. And just land. Loses consciousness at the shock of the slices. What are you doing? This thing is now like this raggady's hanging there.
Alright,
Looking around wildly and sees you.
I'm
what
gonna
are you doing?
shoot it.
Go.
Okay, natural 20.
Anyway,
Right, you see it hit your friend and you'll
Yeah.
POV of the bolt.
What are we're doing a different natural 20 rule.
So what do you roll for damage?
D6,
So you get 6,
Right.
and now roll d6.
3, so 9.
So 9
Plus 4.
plus
4.
your dexterity
Yeah, 4.
and your proficiency.
Yeah.
You know
I'm
damage.
proficiency.
Oh, sorry, just and your
Yeah,
dex.
yeah,
and your dex.
yeah. 13.
13.
I said 13.
Great. You straight in one eye. This grey glue comes out and it just and it drops.
Get me.
That makes it better.
That's the end of your go. The troll regains 10 hit points at the start of its turn. If the troll takes acid or fire damage, this trait doesn't function at the start of the troll's next turn. The troll dies only if it starts its turn with 0 hit points and doesn't regenerate. That's the end of your go. Are you using any movement?
Yes, I'll face step over.
Okay. You can do that twice a day?
Yeah.
Okay, done. As you right in. Okay. It's the troll's go. It regains 10 hit points, and as it falls back, it goes, and it gets up, one eye permanently shut with a bolt very deep within it, It gets up, and as you fey in front of it, it goes for you.
Okay.
I'm going to say because it's prone, it's fallen over, it has disadvantage on its attack rolls. That feels fair. So it goes to bite you for a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And you think you kind of like bamf over, and you look to Maverick, and then as you see it go. Oh, actually, sorry, that wasn't the roll with disadvantage. Yeah, that still hits. Okay, you take 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then it reaches across. How mean you are, yeah, it's going to go and try and claw Tem. So 5 for a 12. That misses. And it's going to claw you.
Great.
For an auto crit. Because you are. Let me just work this out again. I have to roll it. Oh no, it still can miss, can't it? But it just gets advantage. Okay, so it hits you, so 2 death saves failed.
Nice. Goodbye, guys.
It's now Tem's go.
Tem, fucking heal him. Jesus.
Tem, you fucking useless. She is so. She goes, I'm gonna. Does anyone need healing? Does anyone need healing? I die, and then she's like, poison spray.
Shut up.
Calm down. If she were dead now, you're nervous, and so you're saying horrible things. Okay. Is it most important to put this thing down? This beast down? Okay. She is going to use her... You get advantage on your checks, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't know that.
Would she heal or would she try and burn this thing? What do we think?
We're a newly formed party.
Come on, you're leader.
She is going to heal you.
Thank you.
So she casts...
Tem MVP confirmed.
Dudes, you've got to fucking burn this thing.
Yeah.
I don't have any burning spells.
You got nothing in your kit?
Nope.
Well, we've got torches.
Okay, well it's an action to light a torch. Bear that in mind.
Sorry.
Can do
Look
that.
up well, no, I'm helping you. So thank you would actually be a nice reaction to them. That.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay. She can do it within 60 feet. Okay. All right. Well then, she's going to move to here. That's a bonus action.
Yep.
Okay, so she's going to do attack action at it.
Slay, she can do both.
It's the best first level spell in the game.
She hits. Puts 4 points of bludgeoning to it, taking it down to 6 hit points.
Wait, what does she do? Acid spray? Poison spray?
Yeah.
Is that acid damage?
No, that was a hoop hack she just did.
No, but is her spell... Can she cause
Poison,
acid
that's
damage?
just poison. And then she heals you. Oh god. 4 hit points.
Still 4 hit points.
Okay, so you are out of unconsciousness as you feel. Actually, the nature around you heals you. So she does it, and like some of the moss and stuff kind of like clings to you, glows brightly gold, and then crumbles off of you, and you don't even breathe. You just open your eyes, and you are right back in the action. Obviously, because you went unconscious, your form of dread is dropped.
Yeah,
So
I mean
you're
that's my mask probably knocked off by the thingy.
Yeah. So form of dread's down, but you are up. That's the end of her go. It's your go. What you doing?
Quickly grab my mask and put it back on.
Yeah.
Form of dread.
How many times can you do that?
Twice.
Great. Okay, you form of dread it. This thing is really weakened. It looks like it's ready to go down.
I think
Your go is next. So if he puts it down, you will want to do something
Yes,
fire
I do.
or
my shadow blade is gone because it's concentration. You can't concentrate on spells while
Sure.
unconscious. So I'm going to.
What can do the most damage to this thing?
The rapier comes back out and no.
What spells you got?
I'll do a rapier attack. I'll do a rapier attack on it.
It is prone.
That
so
that is a hit. That is 21 to hit.
that hits.
5 points of piercing
Oh
damage.
my god! Okay, you take it down to 1 hit point as you stab through it. It's still in the ground, flailing, trying to get up, and you stab it, and you feel your rapier go into the soft earth as well, the peaty ground, and it's sort of like pinned a little bit.
Make a
by
wisdom
the sword.
saving throw as well, please.
That's an 8.
Fail. It's frightened.
Okay, it's frightened as you pin its head to the ground. Whatever you do, make it count. It has 1 hit point, and it will its turn is next, and it will regain 10 unless you do some kind of fire damage.
Okay, but so if I just like
Torch attack.
torch attack, so does that do like at least 1 hit point of damage?
If it hits, yeah.
You can pass Tem the torch. No.
Alright, you get one out. You've been,
Yeah.
I'll say bonus action and interaction to light it, because I'm feeling kind. That should really be an action. But you managed to, these oil-soaked rags.
Yeah. And I'm gonna look where it's supposed to and just put it into
Yeah, you just did a bludgeoning hit. So just
Oh.
go for it.
Attack it.
What do
It does
nothing.
1d6 fire damage.
What do I add?
Roll. Use your strength modifier. You run forward and go to smack it with the burning torch that you are wearing.
That's a 7.
Oh, an attack. It's prone. An attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
Please.
16.
Okay, you run forward. You almost twist your ankle on a thing. You got to hit it, but you just manage to bring the fire down into the wound created by the rapier that is already starting to.
Oh,
And you
no,
just
no.
stick the torch all the way into the hole as you withdraw. That's been pinning it to the ground, and then further in, and like oil to a flame, its entire outer flesh kind of. You have to step back as it just goes up in flame. That was fair. We didn't have to. I wasn't kind with any of the rules there. Prone does say if you're within 5 feet, you get advantage. If you're outside of 5 feet, it's disadvantage. So well done. As this thing goes up, this oily, horrible stench, blackened smoke comes off this thing as, like paper, the outer skin of it just, and then the flames die down, and there's just this blackened, charred lump.
From its ears.
I
don't know whether that you do that straight away, but you
Yeah.
certainly take
I
a
respect
moment.
Kyle a bit more now.
Oh, that smells horrible.
We need more fucking fire. Definitely.
Yeah.
Like,
Maverick, are you alright?
I'm better now because of Tem.
Are you sure? Thank you, Tem.
She comes over and uses her last slot to heal you. Nice. For 7 hit points per turn.
Thank you.
Okay, during that time, you realise as the flames come up, how darkness has hit. Just in the last minute or so that you've been fighting, 30 seconds or so of that skirmish, pretty bad. What do you want to do?
It's dark. I don't like the idea of moving through here in the dark.
We've got a torch.
We've got multiple torches. But,
What do you say we do then? Because we can't.
fella. Check the fella.
Oh yeah. I'll go over and check the fella.
Okay.
Oh, he looks slashed up.
Yeah, he's pretty down and out.
He's pretty dead.
Oh, he's going to be a great NPC.
I can't try healing.
He got so much damage.
Dirk. Sorry.
His name
Was Dirk.
was Pick,
Pig.
and that was him.
Oh, it looks cool.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, well.
Can we try and
Healing kit here?
healing kit?
Yes, he's very dead. He took a lot more hit points than he has.
Rest
Don't
in
worry.
peace. I don't know your name. I'm sorry.
Tem starts to go, oh, maybe some checks, please.
12.
Yeah,
I know what she's doing.
She's
anyway.
definitely rifling through his belongings.
I'm gonna look through his belongings as well.
Okay,
Tempt
you
share.
gonna look over him?
Yeah.
Alright, investigation check, please.
Can we have the rolling thing with that?
No.
I've got copies of me to it.
Come on, my blue dice.
20.
20, nice. Okay, this is what you find on him. You find. Okay. Can you see that screen?
No.
Great, don't look at it then.
We did kind of need another person. Oh, I wish he didn't die.
Don't worry, the next random encounter must have one.
We'll just pick someone else.
Please, railroad. Please have his twin brother find us.
Alright, you rolled the 20, so you're doing most of the searching along with 10. This is what you find. You find a scroll of papyrus.
Sounds.
Looks pretty official, like not like an old one.
Okay.
And the wax seal is undone already on it.
Okay.
And it's no longer, it's kind of rolled up, but it's been flattened, so it's flattened.
Yeah.
rolled.
Can I check that out while they're searching?
Well, it's
Okay,
in
check
my
that out.
possession.
I'll come to you if
Here you
you're
go.
going to look at that.
I'll give it to him.
You also
Thanks for
find,
asking.
you rolled 20, so you basically
Eight.
find everything that's on him, okay?
Okay.
You find a roll 3d12.
8, 4, 5.
That amount in gold pieces,
Okay.
and they are Everdale gold,
Okay.
so they're what you're used to.
Yeah.
So 17 gold total.
Yeah.
You find a slightly larger than a gold piece, round, silver-coloured the shape of a coin, but it doesn't seem to be a coin. It's got an embossing of a feather on both sides of it.
£5 coin.
I'll keep that. Wait, round. Feather.
It's inscribed with the
Don't just put pocket stuff immediately. We need to.
inscribed
I'm
with the
not funny
image of
with
a
it.
feather on it.
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
But
But you just took the scroll. It's okay. Well, I know we'll talk about it. Okay. Do I find anything else?
The only thing that hasn't been kind of damaged from his armour's shredded,
Okay.
but he has a black cloak on over the back that hasn't been shredded. It's in
Okay.
pretty decent nick.
can I take that? And
Yeah, it's black.
Don't you already
Okay.
have a...
no.
And look, this matches your kind of vibe. Here you go. You can have that.
It
Thank
definitely matches your vibe.
Anything else?
A decent dagger
Ooh.
and a longsword.
Okay.
They're in good nick. Like they're good weapons.
Does anyone want to use a longsword?
No.
Me neither.
Oh, and sorry, you find I should say a red triangle like this of polished wood, very thinly polished into a shape like a triangle,
Ooh,
really thin.
polished.
I wouldn't say it's that big even. I'd say it's more like that big,
Okay.
thin, and it's painted red.
Okay.
It seems to have been varnished or something as well.
Okay.
Thank
Is
God
that
for
it?
identify.
Make a performance check,
Oh,
just
okay.
out of interest.
Oh.
Uh, 14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. This is reminiscent to you of your mind goes back to evenings, seasonal special events and evenings in your part of the Shroom County when people would get together and you'd see some of the lootists using these to pluck. It's a
yeah.
pick. It's a plectrum.
Let's go.
Or a pick. It's the pick of destiny.
Does he have a
No, it
stringed
doesn't seem to
instrument?
have. Nope, doesn't have an instrument.
Maybe he threw it. Hey Tem, do you play an instrument?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't.
Right, I'll pocket the pick.
Stop pocketing stuff. We're
Do you want this pick? I know.
We're not like.
We're gonna sit down around a campfire and share it. I know. Calm down. Rowan's nice.
Why do you have to describe it? I pocket.
All right. Hurt. Who's hurt? You hurt?
Yeah.
Yes.
hurt and
Yes.
tired,
Yes.
darkness comes in. You feel exposed and shelterless out in the middle of the moors here. Simply huddling down in this will not afford you a long rest. So
Let's just not go
you
for
are
it.
about 20 minutes into darkness, and at this time of year that comes at about 7 p.m. So what would you like to do?
Let's just make a campfire and just sit and short rest.
Alright.
There's no way of long resting here, but let's just.
Yeah, we'll look around for the most amicable condition.
Alright, that will require a nature or survival from one of you.
Can I do survival? 19.
19. Okay. I'd say, in which case, 19 is pretty damn good, and that finds you. Actually, you do walk a little way off, getting away from the stench of the burned, oily, rotten egg carcass of the troll, and you do your best to arrange the funny stranger into some form of respectful position before you leave their bodies. And you wander off, I'd say, up to about 1,000 yards, 1,000 feet, looking around as the light fades and fades and fades. You still got the torch lit?
Yes.
Or are
No,
you
I
going
slammed
for...
that into a troll.
I think it's.
Right, yeah, okay. That's
I'll
out.
relight another
Yeah.
one. I've got 10.
Well, do you want to go for that kind of light, or do you want to stay in the dark? Do you want to be... I mean, you
I
He
can't
are...
can't see. He can't see.
I would say you feel exposed.
He can't see.
Okay, then you light a torch, that's fine. So you are this bright orange light out in the middle of the moors.
Or I could guide you.
I'd rather not.
So, hope there's no more trolls tonight. And with that, you look around, and you find a rise. And as you go over the rise, you notice it's like this knoll, this grassy knoll, and it must have once been a den for some native carnivore or something, because there's a few bones. On the other side of the knoll, as it rises, it becomes into a small inset. I wouldn't say a cave, but it goes back about 6 feet under it into this sort of peaty clay cave. There's a few bones, animal bones are small, like a badger skull around there. It's enough for you to take shelter.
Okay.
Let's
And
hope.
it is enough. It's like a natural windbreak. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you can light a fire here. There is
Okay.
natural peat that you can use to sort of fuel the fire a little bit.
Let's hope our resident doesn't come back.
Yup.
But this looks like a perfect place.
Okay.
All right. To that end, I will. You are in a very treacherous environmental position and very close to horrible places. So this is not like pleasant, civilized grasslands or anything like that to rest in. So, are you taking 3 watches?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's taking first watch?
Me.
Roll d12.
7.
Great. I will tell you right now, a 1 will bring another wandering troll. So that 1 was why you got a troll. That's how treacherous this area is, so don't roll a 1.
Rowan.
All right, the first few hours. What are you doing? Oh, okay.
Alright, look at my troll.
Let's say,
It's upside down.
it's horrible. I hate them. All right, as Tem and Rowan kind of bed down and cuddle in together in the relative dry underneath this natural windbreak and shelter, with the muddy ground behind you, you bed in with the small campfire crackling away, offering some form of warmth. You manage to find the stillness within and go into your kind of meditative trance. 4 hours passes ever so slowly for you, Maverick, as you sit within the clay ground. Weird visions roiling through your mind. You know you've camped out in this kind of terrain before, but not alone. There were tents, or there was the sound of singing and triumph as you sit there listening to the wind across the moors. The other two Tem softly snoring behind. You remember chanting rousing songs in close harmony in a bid to raise morale. You remember seeing those people who are having their wounds tended. You remember this, or did you just read about it? You're not quite sure. But it runs through your minds as 4 long hours ticks by slowly. And the depth of night comes to you. Off in the distance, you hear strange moaning sounds, strange gibbering sounds, but they thankfully remain distant away. And deep night arrives. Moorland nighttime, night ambience. And with that, the rain goes from just misty to just a straight as the wind dies down during those 4 hours and the rain just starts to fall. You look out to the edge, the range of your campfire, the radius of your campfire, and beyond, trying to keep alert. And pretty soon, who's taking second watch?
Me.
You get a tap on the shoulder as Rowan comes from her trance to take over the watch.
11.
The light rain continues to fall. The wind drops right down and the temperature stays as it is for the season as you take on your part of the watch. You get under the cover of the overhang. Get in. There is a strange security that comes from being kind of within the clay, the peaty, the earth. I just need to look up a reference quickly because you guys did after all defeat a troll. And another 4 hours passes for you, Rowan. Is there anything you are thinking about during this time, or anything troubling you?
Of course, my wife, and I'm trying to calculate or speculate on how much gold it would be to talk to her or to see her or get back. And I'm like, what kind of person would be able to do that? I haven't seen anyone who can do that before.
Finley, you got your phone there? Can
Yes.
You look up the XP of the gibbering mouth for me quickly? Tell me the
Okay.
numbers.
Gibbering Malthus.
And I'm really pissed about my gun.
Well, do you want to attempt to mend it
Yes,
during your watch?
Yeah.
So
Oh well, I
read
don't
to me
know
what's
if
involved with
I
it.
can do that.
Tell me what's involved.
Okay. Says to repair a firearm, you must make a successful No, that's it. Must be mended out for combat at a quarter of the cost of the firearm.
450 XP.
Well, you didn't pay anything for it.
So, but okay.
I'll say with the materials you have, the metals and stuff like that, and your tinker's tools includes a tiny little hand crucible to melt metal down and stuff like that. All you need to do is a what do they call it? It's not a nut. It's like a little we'll call it a nut. Like a little nut just needs the ferocity of the shot. You put more gunpowder in there, so there's a higher thing. So it's just sheared a little bit of the nut that holds the pin, the pin down. So I'd say, given enough time, you could do it during these 4 hours.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I'll just give you a slightly higher DC.
Okay.
So the DC is 8 plus your proficiency, is that right?
Yeah.
So I'll just say it's 10 plus your proficiency.
Okay. 12.
So DC is 12.
And to roll Tinker's, I just add my dexterity, right? And
No,
add
just
my
proficiency. Yeah. So So,
Okay.
yeah, we're looking for 12 or higher.
No.
Oh,
Alright, so you can stay up in the next watch and try again if you want to.
But I won't get a long rest.
What's that?
But I won't get a long
You
rest.
just got your long rest, didn't you? 4 hours?
That's a short. Oh yeah, I get a long rest.
You're an elf.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you've
Yeah.
already had your long rest,
Yeah.
so hit points are back to maximum. You find that you need more time with the fire to get the fire to heat.
Yeah.
Um,
So I'll stay up with 10.
okay. 10 wakes up to take watch. Who wants to roll d12 for 10?
I'll do it.
Go on, man.
And then it's on my head.
7.
I really didn't want you to get a 1. Okay. You 10 wakes up. 2 seconds, just trying to work something out. Could you do me another favor? Just look up gelatinous keys. They just give me the same working through monsters.
I think
Sorry.
it's the standard
My bad.
dungeon.
My bad.
I think it's 400 or something.
Probably like 100. 450.
450. Yeah.
And we killed 2.
Yeah, you killed 2. 12.
Trolls are CR like 5 or 4. What are they? They're like really tough.
They're really tough.
Okay. And for some of the choices you've made. Yeah, okay, good. I'd like you to roll d10 for me, please.
Okay. 3.
And again.
9.
Okay. Add your constitution modifier. None?
2.
No, your constitution modifier. You got rubbish
Oh, yeah,
constitution,
no,
haven't
no,
you?
no,
Okay,
sorry, I
right.
looked at my
Add
saving
9
throw.
hit points to your total.
Oh, okay.
Like you to roll
That's
d8.
a very weird way of
Like you to roll d8.
that. 1.
And again.
1.
And again.
6.
Add 6 to your hit points.
Okay. Why did she roll twice?
You rolled 1.
I rolled a. No, I
Don't,
didn't.
don't question. Just go with
I
it.
don't
Go
understand
with
what's
it.
happening. I don't
Great,
know. I'm sorry.
Great. Now, I'd like you to roll. You're going to be attempting to try and make the fire hotter.
Okay.
Alright? And Tem's going to try and help you as a druid.
Thanks, Tam.
So she can do druid craft, and she's just going to try and make the fire burn a little bit hotter, because burning enough gold, and also take off, I'd say, 3 gold pieces for you're using the gold from the
Okay,
gold pieces to try and mend your gun. Alright? I firstly want, which is higher, nature or survival for you?
For me, they're
Nature.
the same.
Okay, so roll either.
5.
5. Okay, that's alright. 10 will try and help you with that, actually. She's not able to help you. Okay, right, so now, that was just whether it would take down the DC of the Tinkerer's tools. 12 or more in this next one
Okay. Let's go.
to mend it.
No, same. I rolled the same as well.
Oh no, your dice suck!
I know, you need to go in jail, mate.
Right,
Both of them are in
so
jail.
you can attempt this for any 4-hour period that you can find in a short or a long rest, alright?
Okay.
To try and fix your gun. You need a hotter fire. The weather, the rain, the fire just isn't burning hot enough to be able to melt the gold
Yeah.
in your little crucible. So you're going to need either to find a forge somewhere, something
We've got
like
no D20s left.
that. Alright.
Yeah, like a forge, okay.
Your 4th level. Your 4th level.
Cool.
I can't wait until.
And because you are resting, I will allow you to choose either your putting up your stat or your feat. What are you going to select?
The build is almost done.
Oh, I'm so annoyed.
Please tell me and tell people that watch this exactly what you're doing out loud. Don't be all secretive. And
I'm just
about it.
looking for a certain feat.
The feats are in here, aren't they?
Yeah. No, just before
We've
the
been
spells.
through them enough
Yeah, just
times
before the
though.
spells.
Yeah.
And there are other feats in
I've already got. I made a version of my character every level, so I can just. There we go. The lucky feat is mine, and now.
You're taking lucky?
Yes.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
Now, I am unstoppable.
I'm taking. I think I'm gonna put that up. I'm gonna put my wisdom up.
Nice. What's your wisdom already?
My wisdom is 11. But I think Rowan spent a bit of time getting to know the harsh reality.
Yeah.
She's still quite unused to it, but I think.
These traumatic experiences have absolutely honed your sense of like, oh, we're not in Kansas anymore, right? Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So you're putting it up to
Yes.
13 wisdom. Nice.
Yes.
Does that also pre-qualify you for?
Yeah.
So are you taking a level in fighter or are you taking a level in druid?
Oh, yeah.
Which would you like?
I thought no.
I don't really get
I don't
you.
mean to be annoying, but to get the stat increase, you have to reach a 4th level in fighter.
That's true. Thank you. That's true. Thank you.
Sorry for that.
No.
Leave me alone.
So you've leveled up. You wake feeling wiser. You wake feeling luckier. Where's everyone's total hit points at?
28.
25.
Nice.
Finally.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
as
Good.
it
Good.
should be.
Yeah. Also, Tem goes up in a couple of areas, but because she's just a what do they call it? Sidekick. She doesn't level up in the same ways. She just gets an extra spell, which is cute.
Make it 5.
Alright, so that's there. Okay, good. Alright, the rain comes to stop. And with the new day, whether it be by the humidity caused by the clear skies combined with the moisture of the night's rain, even though the terrain is so much more marshy, there is a bit more of a sticky heat to today. It's by no means hot, don't get me wrong, but it is a warmer day. And with the 30 degrees hotter, so yeah, what's that in Fahrenheit, Celsius? Yeah, it's a warmer day. And so your clothes wet from yesterday stick to you a little bit more today. The mosquitoes are out.
Oh no.
That's
These
the
not
one.
massive ones.
Marsh ambience. You wake to that sticky, kind of humid, slightly sweaty temperature with the rain settled, and it has reduced the moorlands to marsh with the torrential rain for all last night. You now find yourself just a couple of miles from your destination, and with the daylight you can see much more clearly now your target. Ahead you see a strange, again 2 miles off, through the mistiness of the morning and as the evaporation of the water in the hot clear day, or the hotter clear day, creates this kind of ground level mist that rises to 4 or 5 feet. Through it, as if it floats like a phantom building off in the distance, you can see the precipice tower of Kentish Keep. It's dual towers built together. And at this distance, that's all you can see. What would you like to do?
Just go on our merry way.
Are you travelling for speed, normal, or stealth?
Say normal.
Normal. All right. As you continue to head towards Kentish Keep, the going is slower now. The moorland becomes more and more knolly and hilly. You find yourself having to trudge up these 50-foot, 60-foot inclines, only to walk down the other side. It's much more rolling, and in the depths of each hill, you have to traverse through marshiness, sometimes jumping over extended periods of bigger pools of water around which giant dragonflies and mosquitoes organize themselves, only to go up another wet hill and down the next side. It becomes demoralizing, the up and down and roiling, broiling of the terrain as you head these last few miles towards your destination of Kentish Keep. What do you want to do other than just head in that direction in your approach to this building that you've read about? There seems to be strange things happening here.
How are we gonna like approach this? We're not gonna go in there guns blazing, but but
You're certainly not.
my
Ooh.
God.
That had to hurt.
Oh, I'm so pissed about my God.
What's the plan?
So, people that live in Orange Home, do we think they're going to be in there? Like, do they work there? We don't know who's in there.
Oh! Can I cast Identify on the on the things
scroll.
we got?
Sure.
So
Can you tell me if Identify Me has any...
ritual, I don't think it does. It shouldn't. I think it's like non.
We can
Look it
read
up.
the scroll.
Oh, sorry, I didn't tell you what was in the scroll, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you. So as you read it, it's a decree. And it is signed by Duke Kentish, who you've met. And it is a decree of loyalty and silence to our top spies that we put in charge of keeping the silence around the harvesting. And that's basically what you get from it. It's old and it's been in this character's possession for a while, and there's bits of it that are smudged either with blood or by ale or by who knows what else. But you get that this is a decree of allowing the Duke's spies safe passage into and out of Oran's home castle.
I wish we kept him alive.
I do too.
Okay.
No, because
So this guy was,
Identify as like 100 gold pieces is stupid.
he was a sneaky fella.
You can do it as a ritual though, right?
Does that get rid of the material components?
No, it doesn't. What are the material components?
A pearl worth 100 gold pieces.
Okay.
Have fun. Oh god.
You don't have to suffer those things.
So the way your character, like there would be a way that you would know you needed something. Do you know what I mean? That it would come to you.
Mm-hmm.
Just so it's not just, oh, balls, I can't do it. It's like there would be a way that would become clear to you. How do you think that would come to your consciousness?
Well, I'm unsure. I don't know.
Mm.
I feel like I need a. Should be a pearl.
Yeah, you know you need something to crush or something as part of this. Do you communicate that to the rest of the gang or not?
No.
Okay. Fine. You just know that you need a channel for the arcane power. You need some kind of material channel for it to work.
Hey, Tam, do you want this dagger?
No, I'm all right.
Are you sure? Because I know you got your hoop pack and it's very cool. But like, what if they get really close? You could stab them.
I can still smack them with it.
Oh.
All right, I'll take the dagger. Thanks.
Okay, here.
All right. Yeah. You can also make an Arcana check. You can still make an Arcana check. It won't tell you exactly, but it will give you a sense of
What
what
are you
you're...
trying to identify?
The what is it?
The coin with the feather on it.
Arcana is 20.
The cloak that you have, where you might normally have a label in our type of clothing, there is a round gold embroidered kind of very complex looking sigil on the inside of it, stitched in with very fine threads. And though you can't read it exactly, the sense you get that just comes to you as you put your skeletal hand on this gold brocade is there is something of the drama about this. There is something in this cloak that is about heroism and drama. You're not quite sure.
I'm trying to tune to it.
Let me see if you even need to. Do you want to put it on?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You put it on. As you stand there, it matches your aesthetic beautifully, number one. Number two...
You die.
Yeah, it smothers you.
At least it matches my aesthetic.
It doesn't require attunement. As you walk, you sense it sort of flows around you differently than a normal cloak would, that would just hang and sway from side to side. This almost seems to have an ever so slight life of its own. And you notice this as well. As you're walking with it, it sways dramatically as he walks. It doesn't get tangled the way you're getting tangled on thorns and furs. This sort of almost seems to have somewhat a life of its own. And as you wear it, it feels impressive. It feels dramatic. And give me a straight wisdom check, please.
24.
You go on ahead at one point just to get a good look. You go to the top of a knoll, and as you stand there, you just get this sense of connection to the cloak. Not attunement, but connection to the cloak. And as you stand on top of the knoll, even though there is no breeze today, your cloak suddenly billows out dramatically at the top of the thing. And you look at it, and it looks impressive and heroic and dramatic as his cloak just sort of billows around him for a few instances and then slowly comes to settle around him as he gets to the top of the hill. And you, as you're coming up behind him, just 5 feet, 10 feet behind him, you go like, wow, he looks really impressive.
Wow, Maverick, you look pretty snazzy today.
This cloak is great. That.
You have a cloak of billowing, and as a bonus action, you can cause it to billow dramatically. You don't need to attune to it.
Amazing.
It is simply a cool cloak.
I love common items.
Can I have a look at this like round thing with the feather on it?
Sure.
I'm gonna bite it. What's it
Okay,
made
it's
of?
metal.
Ow.
Roll a Constitution saving throw, DC 4.
Really?
Yep,
Oh, okay.
for
I
fun.
thought you were joking.
No, I'll just do this for fun. What did you roll?
1.
You chip a tooth.
No, wait.
Yeah, you chip a tooth on it.
It's 3.
The DC was so low.
No!
What did you roll?
I rolled a 1.
And you've got no modifier with your cons, have you?
No, I do. I had +2.
Okay, 3. What did I say the DC was?
3.
Yeah, so...
No, you said 4.
Okay, you
You
did.
said 4. You said 4.
Did I? You chip a tooth.
Not my front tooth.
You choose.
Something somewhere at the back.
Okay,
where
you
can't
chip
see.
a tooth on the... As you try to bite it, it chips one of your teeth.
Oh. Ugh.
It's a metal disc.
Okay, I get it.
Around about 2 inches diameter. Way too big to be a coin,
It's not cool, right?
but it seems to resemble a coin.
Do you throw it?
I'm gonna flick it.
Okay, you flick it.
You lose it.
Does it flick well?
Yeah, it's nice. It's good.
It's pretty.
Nice disc of
Has
metal.
it got feather on both sides?
Yeah.
Can Can I do an Arcana check on it?
Well, you describe to me what it is that you're curious about. What are you sort of thinking about it?
No, I don't think Rowan would think anything
Okay,
about it.
sure. All right.
Alright, it's a pretty coin.
Here's a pretty coin. Do you keep it on your person?
Yeah. What else did we get? We read that.
You got some coins as well. Nice.
Oh yeah, I got. Let's spread out the 17. We got 17 gold.
All right, you continue. Oh, by the way, what's the plan? What are you doing?
Walk. We're walking.
But what is your?
Oh yeah, we're talking.
What is your approach to the keep? What are you doing? What are you planning on? You're just gonna walk straight up to the door, or what's the
What are
deal?
you gonna do? Tell us no.
Hey, should we find like a sneaky way in and look at what they're doing? Like, what the hell are you doing? But not say that to them. Just be sneaky and stealthy and see what the hell is going on. Because this is kind of worrying. Because of the specific phrase that is worrying me is unfortunate necessary sacrifices. That's worrying me. Are they killing people?
Hopefully not, but I guess we'll see. So, what do you think our approach should be?
I think observe first, and if it's really bad, then we go stop them, and maybe rob them a little bit.
You guys keep talking amongst yourself and coming up with a plan while I try and draw you a diagram of your approach, okay?
Okay. Yeah, maybe we could just rob them a little bit. Well, mostly, like actually quite a lot. Like we want their gold, but we don't want to be highwaymen.
We want to be highway women.
No, either. So yeah, maybe if we do like a stakeout, we can like look around. We can look around. What's my outfit? We can like
Plan with her.
Yeah, I'm just chattering.
What are you thinking of?
We can look around and see if there's like someone left a window open. Maybe they left the bathroom window open because it smells really bad in there.
Oh, are you just gonna keep on going on, Rowan?
Well,
I
you
think we
haven't
should
said
get up there
anything.
first, and then we can. You know what I did to you before. I can make you unseen.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, that's a great point. So, adding on to my sneaky plan, we sneak around.
Do you both understand contour lines on a map?
No.
Okay. Fine.
I think so.
I mean, I do.
I think I do.
I don't know why I said
Yeah.
no.
I did geography ages ago. I haven't done geography.
No, I'm just
in
figuring
years.
out how to sort of draw this. But that's okay, it's okay.
So yeah, we sneak in, we be stealthy. How many people can you put on it though?
One.
So one of us is stealthy. Stealthy. I'm the most stealthy here.
No, I think.
I bet. How stealthy is Tem?
Pretty stealthy. You guys decide what you're going to do. Are you taking a
Yeah, we-
stealthy approach or what? Are you just nattering? What's your plan?
You haven't listened to it.
The plan is sneak in, have a look about, see
We
what
just
they're
want to
up
have a
to,
look. We're
and
just a
then
bit
rob them.
curious. Yeah, see what's going on and then rob them. Because look, I'm comfortable robbing these guys because they're making sacrifices. Unfortunate necessary sacrifices.
That doesn't have to mean that people.
But that's what I want to know. I want to know if they are sacrificing people. Also, you know what makes it even more sus? Is that this guy was carrying a decree that said don't talk about what's going on. Now, if you were doing something alright, you wouldn't have to be secret about it. You'd just be like, yeah. But now, he's probably doing something bad.
Rowan, did you really just say sus?
Yeah, it's a word from the Feywild.
I'm never going to the
Okay, clear an area in the middle there. Now this is not scale 1 square to 5 feet. It's closer to 1 square is 10 feet. Okay, but it's just give you an idea as you approach. All right. Now you're going to be coming from this direction. Okay, so where the dice is over there would be to scale sort of where you got up. As you're approaching in, remember, square is 10 feet. This curved structure, I've only put down what you can really see, so ignore here as you approach. You see 2 sheer walls that each lead up, pay attention here, 2 sheer walls here that lead up at least 50 feet of large stone brick. The curved side is the stone tower. This is a new tower. This has been newly built, so it's freshly kind of carved and all that kind of thing. The workmanship, as you approach, I'd say you get all of this information at about 500 feet. Do you just keep walking, or do you stop to take in this?
Just keep walking.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay. As you get into sort of useful visible range, you notice where there are the sheer straight walls going up with a few arrow slits coming out from there. At the top of it, you can see a patrol of guards. Okay, as per the map that you can see there. There is then the round tower that actually is 2 individual towers that I described from your view 8 miles away yesterday. One of them rises much higher up and seems to be something of a, well, you can't really tell, but the very top of it, it is plated in sort of like bronze plating, the top of the roof. The other tower is much more normal, conical tiled, with a kind of a balcony around the entire roundness of that secondary tower. It is ominous. It is heavily patrolled at this distance, and you wouldn't know at what point you would be visible as it is as you walk towards it, but you are certainly kind of exposed when you get to the tops of these sort of like little knolls in your approach. This is cliff, right? So it is up on a precipice. It is up, generally speaking, all of this is a hill. Rising, I would say, some 40 feet higher than the normal terrain around you. And there seems to be cliff edges that you don't currently see, but I put them in there anyway. Right, what are you doing?
Crouch down in when the knoll goes down, like.
Okay.
Hey,
You get the terrain, right? The
Yeah.
up and downy of it. Yeah, right.
Alright, so we've got this guy's decree, so we could go in there and be like, look, we're here from Duke Kentish. Look, here. And we show him our decree and be like, yeah, we're these spies.
They'd have to be a very unseen level of stupid to just look at some random decree that doesn't even like mention.
It's got the official seal on it.
What if we do some forgery and take off the seal and put it on our
You've
forgery?
already figured out that this is for an individual, and it is a spy in service to the harvesting.
Does it say someone's name on it though?
You have quite a high DC investigation check to read through the stains and the blots and
Okay.
the thing, but you can give it a go.
Okay, yeah, I'll try.
All right, go for it.
Investigation. Ooh. 20.
20, nice. It was 18. So yeah, you see the what's the word? The emissary known as Pick.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what it says.
No, we could pretend to be Pig. You could pretend to be Pig. You.
I am pig.
So okay, what's the point though? Like,
I'd like to come inside.
and
Look
get
around.
and get money, right?
Yeah, I'd like to be paid for my.
Oh
duties.
yeah, I've come here
What if I
under
bring you
the
in and I'm
decree.
like, this person was trying to sneak in?
Oh yeah, and be like, I want reward for my. No, because then I'm captured.
Yeah.
You could just be like.
Are you two nuts? You can't just walk straight in a bloody place like that. Look
Watch
at it.
me.
We read in the book there's all sorts going on in them walls.
Yeah, this is why I'm saying my original plan was good and looking around.
I can do the
Can you look
cloak-billowy
around?
thing. It's very impressive.
Right,
Look,
make
look,
me
what?
invisible. I'm the most stealthy here. What is your stealth, Tem? What is your stealth number? What's Tem's stealth?
I don't know what you mean.
Tell me what.
Why are you talking weird?
Tell me what.
What's your plan? What are we doing? You get say it
I'm
properly.
not the leader.
Yeah, but what are you suggesting that you do?
Right, I say say sneak around, find an open window, go in, rob them, and see what's going on in there.
You want to have a go and have like a little sneak about?
Yeah.
Have a look. And what do we do? Stay here?
I don't know. Ask him. He's the leader.
We almost died by a troll yesterday. I don't know how you're being so flippant.
I'm not flippant. I'm just. This
What's
is
this?
just how I speak.
Here's the plan. The plan is simple. Rowan, you've got crossbow bolts. Why don't you lightly shoot one of the guards so that they come out to investigate and your guards away? Don't hurt them. Obviously, shoot near them or something. Make it look like it's like an assassination attempt or something. Make the guards come outside. Well, me and Tem,
But I'm the most stealthy. You should do that.
I can cloak myself in become unseen.
Yeah, and then I'm the next stealthy.
You've got your
I just stand here and shoot.
your face step thingy to escape.
And then what? I just wait for you.
No, then you see. This is what happens when you interrupt the plan mid-process.
This isn't.
Oh.
So you were saying we actually look around and see what's going on?
Yeah, I want to know about these sacrifices.
Don't know whether we'll be able to just walk into a castle. Like, look at it. Look at that place.
Go up to the
I
front doors and
know.
knock. You'll never.
That's why I was trying to come up with a plan of showing them the decree. I know it's not that easy to get in.
No.
Alright, so
We'll get killed out here.
what ideas do you have then, Tem?
I like what you're saying, but I don't know why you're saying it so like it's nothing. Like, you got to be careful. How long can you make her invisible for?
Let me see. An hour. An hour. At best.
Also, we don't know we'll be killed. These people work for the whole thing. They know old Greeley.
Yeah, so does Justin. Everyone knows that.
But they're doing something mad with trolls in there,
Right,
aren't
and then,
they?
but they can't just go killing all their.
They're doing something horrible with trolls in there.
Right, better.
I couldn't read that. No, yeah, but
just
they
saying-
can't just go and kill all their citizens. If people found out what's
I
happening.
know, but we don't know what's happening, do we?
Well, that's why I want to go find out.
Should we, like... What do you think?
I think we should go knock on the front doors and see
Stop
how
being
suspicious.
stupid.
How suspicious
Stop
they are.
being stupid.
I'm not. Look, you don't understand because we go up to the front doors and knock, and then they're gonna come to the door and be like, "Who's there?" And then
Look, before we even get to the door, there's guards on the fucking tower. They're going to be like,
they're gonna see some
shoot us. They'll
brave-
shoot us from up there. What's wrong with you? We're sneaking in.
I thought.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. I'm very sorry.
Rowan, what's with you today?
I'm fine. This is just intense because we might get killed. And I said I'm
We're
sorry.
not in our position that we're in right now.
We literally crashed in a knoll thingy.
Yeah, very safely. But
You just be
if
a bit more.
You don't have a plan.
I do. I've been telling you my plan the whole time.
Well, what your plan?
I came up with this plan.
Okay, let's hear the plan then, Rowan. Come on.
Okay, you make me invisible. I sneak around, have a look, and see if there's any way in. Can't find a
That's
way
good. Do a perimeter.
Yeah,
Do
a
that.
perimeter.
We'll wait
I
here.
said that before, but
In. No.
So you're about 500 feet from this place at the moment. You're 500 feet away. And you're in this little dip. The knoll rises about 6 foot, and these kind of roiling. So any approach to the keep from here on in, from 500 feet in, well, about 360 feet in, will require, if you want to go unnoticed, will require skill checks.
Okay.
So,
What if I'm invisible?
well then you will get advantage on those skill checks.
Right, look. Stay here. I'm gonna do a perimeter. If I'm not back in like a little bit, as I know how long, someone give me
I'll
a
do
time.
30 minutes because that's halfway through the spell's duration.
Okay. If I'm not back by then, I might have been captured or killed. So, come get me. Alright?
Okay.
Okay, so you put your... tell me about invisibility.
I just...
Components?
There's no component.
Any costing components?
Yeah, there's no costing component.
Okay, you put your hand on her and...
Yeah, I just... In my hand, like a very spectral looking version of my mask appears, and I just place it and it disappears. And
Nice. And you apparate out.
Right, nice, alright, let's go.
All you can see is the impression your foot makes into the earth in front of you.
Okay.
Right, tell me in careful detail what it is that you're trying to do. You're going to do a whole perimeter of the
I'm
place.
trying to find any kind of either weak points and guard surveillances, so somewhere that might be overlooked,
Okay.
or just like general ways.
And what is your general approach? Walk up and just look about, or are you going to do a full 360?
Yeah, 360.
Show me on the map which way. And remember, this is highly detailed and it's not a video game,
Where
so
are
I
we
need to
coming
know
from?
exactly. Well, you're where I said you were,
I don't remember.
which is the corner where your hand is.
Okay.
Yeah, right. So you got to pay attention to details. Ready? Remember, I'm going to be way more on things like components and stuff in this campaign. Yeah. So you got to be super alert to details. Are you going to go clockwise around or anti?
Let's see. The front of the. Is there like any main gates? Can I just look?
You
at
don't
it?
know at this distance. You're 300. You're about between 500 and 360 feet away. So you don't know from this distance. That's quite a long way.
Okay.
That's like from here to the corner shop, if not a little bit more. So it's very hard for you to see specific details.
Well, I'll just get closer then first.
Okay, so trace for me a rough approach. Why are you acting like that?
Can
Well, I mean,
just-
you could go. I come around here and go like that. You could go like so.
Okay, look.
You got to be specific.
Before I form my plan,
Yeah.
I want to get closer so I can see it, at least some of the details, like the gate or where it is.
Roughly, what distance do you want to get to it? You don't have to get upset. It's good. I want to make sure
I'm not upset.
that what you see
I go
works.
here.
Okay, you get to within what kind of distance of the tower in feet?
Whatever this is.
Come on, give me a feet. You know how we
I don't
we
know
measure
my
in D&D. Like you can
20
shoot.
then.
You want to get within
Or
20
30,
feet of the
40.
30 feet or 40 feet of the wall
Yeah.
of that sheer straight wall, not the tower. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You walk up. I would like stealth checks first. It's like I'm not against it. I'm on your side. But
11.
but listen, both of you, right? It's not me. It's a conversation, right? We're having here. I'm on your side, and
Yeah.
I'm playing the game too.
know, yeah.
And so for me to play the game too, I need sometimes more information than just I walk up to it. I need more than that. And there are things involved with this that are not on your side, and I'm in control
Yeah.
of them. So I really need to know because I need to think about what they would be doing as well. You've only got your person to think about. I've got to think about what you can see. And if you go right up to a wall, say 20 feet from a wall, there's things you can see or that you can't see that close that you might be able to see further away, and vice versa. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
All I want to do is get close enough so I can make out details, however close that is.
okay, but so help me by telling me what details
I
specifically
want to know where the
are
main gate
you on the
is. I'm
lookout
specifically
for?
looking for a main gate or entrance to this place.
Okay. Coming from that distance, and as you walk closer, I'd like a stealth check first
Yeah, I rolled it already.
with advantage because
Okay.
you're invisible.
That's 11.
11.
Yeah.
Okay. So, see, that affects it as well straight away. So you're coming straight away. Okay, no problem. As you walk, you
Might be a problem.
are aware of this marshy moorland is not great for somebody who's invisible. As each footstep. But you spend, I would say, 5 minutes walking that full 300 feet to get within about 20 to 30 feet from these sheer walls of the keep. And you look up and you can no longer see the patrolling guards with the distance that they're at and the angle they're up, because this wall goes up 50 or 60 feet. As you get close to it, you can see that the first windows are about 20 feet above floor
Yes.
where it meets the ground.
Did I see a main gate?
No. This is sheer
No way
walls.
in.
This is you're here.
Yeah.
So your field of vision, come on, think about your field of vision is like that. All right? So all you can see is brick with any windows starting about 20, 30 feet above the ground.
Okay.
Which direction do you want to go? Where do you want to patrol from?
Okay, I'd like to perceive.
Oh, also, I want a perception
Oh, I
check.
can't see the guard. Oh, yeah.
Give us a perception check.
I would like to look.
Yeah. 20.
I open my eyes.
Wait, 19. 22.
22. Okay, good.
I can't even roll.
The 22, you can hear some faint chatter. Yeah, well, I fucking told him, didn't I? Yeah, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You fucking did. You can hear some faint chatter coming off from around to your left.
From that way?
Yes.
Okay. And can I hear anything from this direction?
No, that's where you can hear most things is coming around from your left.
Okay, well then I'll go this way.
Okay, cool. You head round that way, and the wall, you follow the wall along, staying about 20 foot out from the wall. Again, as you look behind you, you can see your footsteps leaving tracks that kind of slowly come back out of the mossy ground. But you are still not visible. The tracks you are making might be. As you come around this way, you are following the sheer wall of the west-facing wall, and you come to a cliff that drops down about 30 feet. So you walk around here,
Yeah.
walk around. Again, the wall is sheer up and up, and you get to a cliff face here. It drops down 30 feet. Quite a big drop. Down to a huge... What could it be described as? What do they dig in World War One? What are those called?
Trench.
Trench, thank you. Massive trench, right? That kind of comes out in like almost like a funnel shape from these massive iron gates. It's actually less a gate. It looks more like from where you are. You rolled what on perception?
22?
Looks like a massive portcullis
Okay.
right down here.
Okay.
Now, you're looking down on the portcullis, so I'll put you here. So I want you to really closely imagine your perspective.
Yeah.
Is you're at the edge of a cliff, you're looking down into this trench, 30 feet down, and there's a 10-foot high, wide, it's like 20 foot wide portcullis.
Can is there people around it? Can I see?
There are no people around it,
Ah.
but you do notice... okay. From this distance with a 20 plus in perception, you notice lots of tracks all around in the bottom of the trench.
Okay.
That kind of leads up slightly. So the trench here leads up,
Yeah.
and this is sloping upwards slightly until it reaches ground again. But it takes like 60 or 70 feet to do so. That's this massive trench that's dug, down.
Yeah.
And this gate is below ground level,
Yeah.
way below ground level. All around in the peaty ground, tracks. So many, it's hard to identify. Like it's like a lot of things have been happening around here. And with your perception check, you see mixed in with the peaty ground a lot of red.
Oh dear. Okay.
A lot of red. You see here and there some fleshy bones sticking up.
Okay.
There is the sign of gore and a lot of foot traffic, literal
Yeah.
foot traffic
Right, so
here.
it's like foot tracks, not like wagon tracks or anything like that.
No wagon tracks.
Okay.
And on the far side, you can see the cliff on the other side as well. So as you look straight across here, you can see the cliff here.
Okay.
It seems to be a trench funneling in towards these gates. Let me see what else your 20 sees. Oh, okay. I would say also over the gates there is like this kind of lip that comes out. By the way, what's the time? Anyone tell me what the time is?
The time is 3:42.
Cool. Okay, cool. We'll go for about another 10 minutes, okay? There is like a stone lip above the gate. And from the lip you see these massive iron rings with ropes in them hanging down in front of and above the gate.
Right. Okay.
All of them are torn. Like the ropes have been, there are some straggly, like meter long bits of rope and stuff like that. They are bloody on the end and they have been ripped.
Okay.
So this lip that goes out over the gate,
Yeah.
runs almost like a little walkway, a very tentative walkway. Above the walkway, at ground level, you see a very small wooden hatched door, maybe 4.5 feet tall, very reinforced, solid wooden little small door.
So it's not like in the floor, it's like this, that kind of door.
So you've got gate, walkway above it,
Door.
tiny little door. Rings with ropes hanging down in front of and slightly above the gate.
Okay.
The portcullis, sorry, I've got to use the word portcullis. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Now above that, so I'm trying to think from your perspective what you see. Yeah, so it's sort of like lip, door, portcullis underneath, bits of rope hanging here, and then what you've got here, what would you see? You'd see it as, you'd see the roundness of the tower starting here as well. Remember, obviously, this is all 3D, so you'd be looking up, this wall comes up, you can't see guards because of the angle you're at, and then there's round tower going like that.
Okay. Can I see from here what kind of door this is?
What kind of?
Door, is it made of metal or wood? Or...
Solid reinforced wood,
okay.
but really banded iron reinforced.
Okay.
How long are you going to stay here observing? Just out of it, I need to know how long.
Just enough time to see this.
Okay, I'd say that takes about 2 minutes then.
Okay.
All right. Where do you go next?
Well, I didn't go around there. I don't really want to cross over there.
You don't need to cross down the cliff. You could walk along the trench to where it meets and go that. You could take a very wide route if you want, or you could try. The cliff is pretty sheer, and you can, well, you see what you've seen so far.
But this walkway it goes across to.
You can't get to the walkway. It doesn't come all the way to where you are.
Okay.
It's like it ends. Okay. And if you were to go to the end of it and drop off, you'd drop down into the trench. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd say with all of this, you're 15 minutes into your invisibility now.
15? I've got 5 minutes left. So I'll head back.
You've got 15 minutes left.
No, you've got 15 minutes left.
No, you've got, and that's just until we'll come looking for you.
Okay.
But you've got an hour invisibility.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I need to check this side, so I'll go round, I think.
Gonna go around this way, carry on round. How are you gonna cope with the cliffs?
Can I, like, go to where they
you could
out,
bamf.
don't they? That's true. How far across is it?
More than 30 feet.
Yeah, okay.
No. But you could bamf to the walkway and bamf to the other side if you wanted to. I'm just letting you know your options.
Can I pick up a stone?
Sure.
And I'm gonna throw it onto the walkway outside the door, see if I can get it outside the door.
You want it to stop outside the door?
I'll just try and make some noise around there.
Yeah, okay, you throw a stone.
Okay, and then I'll do that. Oh wait, I'm invisible. Yeah.
It's not an attack roll, so you're just sort of throwing a stone in that direction. Yeah, it kind of bounces along the walkway and then...
Is the door open?
It's some 30 feet away. No, door doesn't open. You do hear that talking that was to your left when you were around there.
Yeah.
You hear it again as if
it's coming towards me.
Yeah, not with any sense of urgency. It's the same level of babble.
Okay. Okay, fine.
What are you going to do?
I'll bump to the walkway.
Okay, you bounce to the walkway. And then suddenly you're standing on it. Okay. From this perspective and from this angle, you notice a lot more. Give me another perception check with advantage because you're very close to all of this stuff.
Got the same thing. 12.
12. Okay. Yeah. It looks ominous looking down from where you are now on top of this little walkway. Looking down into you're just physically closer. You can see a lot more gore down in the mud. A lot more gore, bones. And I'd say, give me a nature check.
16.
16, nice. It was 14 DC. You recognise some of the tracks down below from your encounter last night. Definitely a lot of troll footprints down in the mud. Lots. Like hundreds.
Oh, shit. Okay. And can I see which way they're going?
It's churned with them.
Okay.
It's just they're everywhere.
Okay. I'll walk along the walkway.
Okay, you walk along the walkway. As you walk along the walkway, give me an investigation check.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, you missed that. All right, fine. You walk along the walkway, and now you're looking at the other cliff on the other side. As you get to the end of it, there's about another 20 feet until you get to the other cliff side.
Okay. I don't really want to waste my last.
You can go to the lip of the walkway and drop down in front of the to the edge of the front of the portcullis if you want to. You are invisible, remember?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, wait, from here can I see what's here?
So you're here. Yeah, you can. It sort of goes. The cliff actually is more like here, and it's the. I haven't done this very well. There you go. The circles is hard.
Yeah.
Roundness of the tower. Yeah. So you can just see curved walls.
Okay. I'm just gonna assume that there's windows
You could athletics, so you could run along the walkway and try and jump for the other cliffside.
and then come round. Yeah, I could. Okay, I'm gonna try and do that.
I'd say you're there for about 2 minutes, and give me a perception check, please.
Okay.
This is to see whether you hear something.
Oh, really too bad. 6.
You roll so
I
sucky.
know.
Just roll good, Sheldon.
You roll so. We need a set of dice for Rowan, man.
Right, really.
Big time, big time.
They
Sorry,
roll
don't be disheartened.
eight.
It's all right. You're quite nervous, right? Like your character
Yeah.
is quite like you're on your own, and so you're quite stressful. So your adrenaline is pumping, and you're probably missing a lot of things. One thing you do see is that as you're thinking of making the jump round the corner here, walks two guards.
Okay.
Just with spears, wearing black armor with silver brocade, slightly more heavily armored than the character that you saw last night.
Yeah.
They've got helmets on, for example, and they've got a ton of torches around their belts.
Okay.
They come around with spears. So anyway, yeah, I said
Okay, I'm gonna jump.
run and jump.
Yeah.
Give me an athletics check,
Come on.
and
please.
followed by a stealth check.
I'm a fool. Okay, good. 21. For
You
athletics.
easily
This is
leap
for
across.
stealth. 14.
14. Okay. They rolled a 4 on their perception because they're busy talking, and it was a 3 earlier, so they haven't really noticed you, but you land into the peaty ground of the cliff and get over.
Okay.
They don't notice you. You don't think. You go round.
Yeah.
Okay, great. As you go round,
Oh, no, wait, I'll.
this is where you notice the rounded columns that mark the entrance to this keep.
Okay,
And as you jump across to here, you can see guard.
Oh, no.
Well, that's what you see.
Oh, I can't go around. Okay.
And you see a kind of rudimentary. It's been like the ground has been leveled out by wagons, and also
Yeah.
like lots of sand has been put down. It's mainly gone muddied, but there is a rough old road that sort of leads, or a track, if you like,
Yeah,
that leads
okay.
up to it.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna. Shall I go and
Try and walk
yeah.
past.
Yeah.
All right. This looks very heavily fortified and not
Okay.
many entrances. Remember, any of the windows are all at least 20 feet above ground level.
Yeah.
So, give me stealth.
Okay.
I'm going to say that the DC to not get noticed, so that you know, or somebody will notice something, is going to be 13.
Okay. 15.
Okay. You work carefully on placement of feet, putting your feet in areas so that you hope that they don't notice your footfalls and your honey-like smell as you walk past. Are you trying to observe as you walk past as well?
Yes.
Perception.
14.
Nice. Okay. All right. There is there are 4 guards stationed, 2 directly in front of the pretty standard studded wooden doors that are oval at the top, that raise like this, and they have studded iron in them. There are 2 lit sconces on the rounded stone columns that are either side of the doors, and they are lit, giving off this oily black smoke from the red flames. And then there are 2 guards on either side in front of that column.
Okay.
They're chatting a little bit, but mainly just seem to be sort of staving off the heat and the stickiness of the day. You don't notice much else as you walk on past them
Yeah.
successfully. Then what are you doing? Heading back?
Yeah.
Doing a full perimeter?
Yep.
All right. As you come round the tower looking up, you can see again it's arrow slits 20 feet up. As you look up to the top of the tower opens up and you start getting bigger windows from about 40, 50 feet up. And then the tower with the bronze, not inlays, what would you call them? Kind of tiles. They're kind of like, it's like sheet metals of bronze, acts as like a golden dome to the top of that, the one tower. The other one looks more like a living quarters tower that's joined to it. And as you pass, I'd say you see a couple of guards doing perimeter on the living quarters one. As you pass that tower, then you come back to the sheer wall of the kind of the viewing platform. So all of this is like a viewing platform that gives a massive view of the surrounding vista. All right. And that's where you can see, when you go out about 40 feet away from the wall, you can see, I'd say you count 5 guards doing perimeter up there,
Okay.
looking out. Let's see if they spot you. Perception check from the guards. Natural 6.
Losers.
Then let's see, what are you doing?
I'll just go back to my friends.
All right, you start heading back to your friends. All right, you notice Rowan's re-entry to the camp where you've been with Tem.
Ding, ding, ding.
Well, you hear her coming, and you
Alright, hello. Alright, here we
relay
go.
all that.
Yeah.
All right,
I'll try and draw it out.
Rowan relays all of that to you. Bloody hell.
Yeah, so the gates over there were not guarded. Like portcullis over there were no guards there that I could see, but a lot of dead stuff.
What do you mean dead stuff?
It looked like there'd been loads and loads of trolls all around here, and there was like blood on the ground and stuff like that. But along here there was a walkway above the portcullis, and then there was a door there, so that's a point of entry. And obviously there's windows around, but they're like 20 feet up. And then I went round and I jumped over to the next cliff thingy, and went round, and there was a gate with the column either side, and there were 4 guards there. So we could go there as well, but that means we'd have to take out the guards somehow.
I've got an idea for how we can do that.
Take out the guards? Wouldn't we rather go in the door here? There's no one there.
It looked, from what you described, it seems heavily fortified.
Well, no, not that area. The guards were here and here, but there were no guards here. I mean, it was heavily fortified, yeah.
Well, I've got a good idea for when we get there. So
Do you want to share?
it's less of a plan and more of just a
Okay,
feeling.
well, we need a plan now. So where are we going to go in?
How can we see what's going on here, though?
We look in the windows.
All right, I want perception checks from everyone, please. High DC, but important. As you sit there.
16.
15.
Okay, no problem. Continue.
That is a problem. I think the plan is we just get to this area here
Yeah.
and we go in.
Yeah, but we could just go in right to like a bunch of guards. People.
I've still got a plan for that.
Which is what?
Take care of them. or we try and sneak.
Sounds like a lot of guards. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's at least 11.
Yeah.
You said 5 up on top, right?
Yeah.
4 by the main doors, and 2 were doing the walk around
If they're
perimeter.
up here, they don't have a very good shot at us if we're here.
I could always try and charm them.
But which direction were they looking?
I could try and scare them.
Which direction were they looking?
If most of the guards are up on that bit,
Yeah.
where are they looking?
Out. They can't see right by the wall.
But did you say which? No, the one's up on top. You know.
Yeah. No,
Where are they
They was
looking?
just looking out.
Actually, 13 because you said there was 2 in the living quarters bit. So there's at least 13 on that we can see, and probably a lot more inside.
Yeah. But I'm thinking if we're right by the walls up here, even if they're up here, they can't see us.
I'm bothered by this portcullis. What is that all about?
So no.
Is that where they keep the trolls?
Maybe.
Read the bloody book.
What?
Read the bloody book. See if there's anything else in there you missed.
Now? Alright.
Well, we might. What else are we gonna do?
Reading session.
Alright. I'll read the
Investigation and insight. Go for it.
23.
book. 19.
Okay. 19, did you say?
Yeah.
All right, 23 for a total of 42. Okay, that's good. So you understand that this harvesting has something to do with the province of Smythe wanting to accumulate and stockpile ears, because ears means gold from Everdale. And the more ears they can get, the better. You spot something, a reference that Greeley makes to the experiments, and you look into it a bit more. You're about to breeze over it. With the fighter's mind, you're like, oh, it's just rotten stuff. But you look into it a bit more, and it seems to be that that somebody under the keep is doing some work on the trolls. Doing work on the trolls.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
I mean, more bait is required.
Okay. No! I see now.
What did the troll's
Yeah.
blood look like?
No, there was things hanging from the gate, but they're gone now. I assume the troll's got them.
What did the troll's blood look like before?
Blacky red, gooey sort of.
What did the blood at the portcullis look like?
I mean, mixed in with mud. It was. There was some bright red and some mainly black and muddy
Yeah,
red.
listen to me. Well, it said bait, there's rope across the portcullis, and there was blood on it, so I think things was hanging there. Now they weren't, because there was all those trolls below.
So do you think they get people and then they hang them
Yeah.
up as bait and
They
then
could have just used animals.
mass
or something.
farm the trolls?
Yeah. And I assume that's how they get them in then. Yeah, you're right, that's where they get the trolls in.
Maybe we need to see what's happening.
Well, I know, but we can't. How do we do that? I already.
It doesn't sound like we'll see what's happening necessarily. Well, we'll see what's going on from inside and outside, right?
Yeah. Well, look.
Are we going in to the keep, or are we staying on the outside?
Well, we had to go in. I went around and I saw as much as I could. I saw the doors. There's a door there, the gate, and the portcullis. I think we should try that door.
The main door,
No, the little door.
the little door.
Yeah. Above the-
What do you reckon?
I agree with Rowan.
All right then. Should we go in under cover of night? Because
Yeah,
we
'cause
can't
we're
all
not
go
invisible
invisible.
now. Oh,
Okay. As you sit in this small, dank, marshy depression in the ground, waiting for this hot, sticky, dank day to pass. Finally, as you go over your plan to approach under cover of night, the sun starts to set in the western horizon, casting long shadows that afford you cover towards the keep, and you make your approach to the western side of Kentish Keep. And that's where we're going to leave it this time.
nice.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.